Glir yw bob aros wedi cyfnod go anodd dros y Nadolig gyda gemau'n cael ei gohirio. Wel, mae'n braf dweud bod yr Indigo Prem yn ôl. A beth sy'n well ar nos Iau yng nghanol y Gaea na rygbi byw yng nghanol y brifddinas. Ennill un, colli un yw hanes Caerdydd hyd yn hyn yn y gyngrair. Y golled yn dod fan hyn i Gwyns Caerfyrddin, ond mi fydd tîm Steve Law yn awyddus i ennill heno o flaen y camerâu. Colli yn drom yn erbyn Merthyr yw'r unig gêm a Glenebwy wedi chwarae yn y gyngrair. Dyw'r ymwelwyr heb chwarae gêm y gystadleuol ers dechrau mis Rhagfyr, ond ni'n clywed bod ymarfer wedi bod yn gystadleuol dros ben. O dyma ni yng nghysgod Stadiwm y Principality ar drothwy'r Chwe Gwlad. A ffaith ddiddorol i chi, ym 1966, dyma lle chwaraewyd y gêm gyntaf erioed o dan lif oleuadau, wrth i Gaerdydd guro'r Barbaried. Wel, dros hanner can mlynedd yn ddiweddarach. Rydyn ni yma i weld Caerdydd yn herio Glenebwy heno, yn yr Indigo Prem. Gobeithio bod y ddau yma'n gwerthfawrogi'r ffaith yna. Chi'n dysgu rhywbeth yn newydd y bob wythnos fan yma ar yr Indigo Prem. Ar yn braf y cael dweud, mae dau wyneb cyfarwydd iawn yn ymuno fi. Dau wyneb cyfarwydd i RYGBI BYW, Nicky Robinson a Andrew Coombs. Nicky, nôl i dy hen glwb, parker ar o fe. Braf cael bod yma?
Ie, mae'n neis i dod over yn enwedig yn noson fel un, noson braf, noson sych, fel arfer yn gwylio'r rhanbarth, ond hefyd yn lwcus lawn i dod i gwylio'r clwb. Felly nes i dechrau yn erfa fi, dechrau i chwarae Caerdydd. Ac wrth gwrs, nifer o chwaraewyr ifanc a cwpl o chwaraewyr tŵn bach yn henach hefyd. A gwylio nhw chwarae'n gêm cyffroes yn erbyn Ebbw Vale.
Ac Andrew, cyn dy ddyddiau gyda Chymru a Chas Newydd, o ti'n chwarae Pontypool i Gas Newydd, o cyn dy ddyddiau gyda Dreigiau, fel sy'n fi wedi dweud. Ti'n benodol yn gwybod faint o sylfaen, faint o springboard yw hwn, wel, i'r chwaraewyr?
Ie, dwi'n licio'r safon yma, y Premiership, mae'n llwyfan wych i chwaraewyr datblygu cyn mynd ymlaen i chwarae ar llwyfan fawr. A gwelwn ni cwpl o chwaraewyr o Caerdydd yn gwneud hwnna'n diweddar yn chwarae yn Ewrop dros rygbi Caerdydd, a mae'n wych i gweld. Dwi'n cael y gwall yn sefyll lan y cefn pan mae'n gweld bechgyn dod ymlaen fel yna, yn cael y cyfleoedd, a wedyn dod nôl a trio dysgu'r chwaraewyr arall beth mae fel ar y llwyfan fawr, ac dyna pan mae'r boys yn chwarae. Maen nhw'n moyn y cyfleoedd, a mae'n wych i gweld nhw'n cael y cyfleoedd hefyd.
Heb os, mae Covid wedi effeithio ar bob lefel o rygbi, ond sefyllfa weddol unigryw o ran Glenebwy heb chwarae ddechrau mis Rhagfyr. Ni'n gwybod beth i ddisgwyl o dîm Jason Strange heno?
Na, mae'n galed yn diwedd. Mae'n galed pan chi'n cael y ffordd o'r newydd yn dod mewn, achos na gyd maen nhw'n moyn nhw gemau i gweld pa fath o sgwad maen nhw'n cael, pwy yn y garfan sydd yn sefyll lan, pwy yw'r arweinydd. Ond mae yn galed, ie, maen nhw wedi arwyddo cwpl o chwaraewyr dda yn Aaron Cowley, Loosehead, a wedyn Jonathan Evans yn chwarae yn Crys Rhif 9 hefyd, felly maen nhw wedi cryfhau.
Sefyllfa Covid wedi cael effaith go wahanol ar faes Caerdydd. Lot o nhw heno, boes fel Jacob Beetham, Theo Cabango wedi camu lan i chwarae i'r rhanbarth yn erbyn pencampwyr Lloegr a Ffrainc. Faint o hyder bydden nhw'n cymryd o'r gêm yna?
Lot fawr hefyd, achos nath Jacob Beetham chwarae'n arbennig dda, wrth gwrs cael ei anfon bant yn y munudau olaf. Yn erbyn Toulouse, a wedyn Theo Cabango sgorio cais anhygoel lawr yn Harlequins hefyd, felly'r ddoi'n dangos bod nhw'n gallu chwarae ar y lefel o'r banthor. Wrth gwrs, mae rhaid nhw'n wneud i dod nôl lawr i'r lefel yma, helpu chwaraewyr o gwmpas nhw, ond chwarae'n cyson wedyn, fel nhw'n gallu cael cyfle arall i chwarae'r rhanbarth ac i tîm da iawn.
Jacob Beetham, yr unig chwaraewr wedi gweld yn cael ei cymeradwyo ar ôl derbyn Caden Coch, ond dyna ni, roedd mae dau tîm hyfforddi profiadol iawn wrth y llew heno. Mae Jason Strange a Steve Law wedi bod yn siarad gyda Owain Gwynedd.
Jason, how does it feel to be back in Ebbw Curlers coaching again?
Yes, strange really. Considering we've almost been training now for 6-7 weeks without a game, we've almost had like a mini pre-season amongst the squad. So I think the timing of the break was perfect. You know, after coming in, we've managed to establish some behaviours and a style of play over those 6-7 weeks, and hopefully, we can see that transfer on the field tonight. But yeah, it's brilliant to be back at Ebbw Vale. You know, it's a club which I'm really fond of, and delighted really.
What do you expect from the boys tonight then? Obviously, it's been a tough run, 9 defeats on the bounce against a good Cardiff side.
Yeah. I think, you know, we're at obviously different points of the journey, really. This is first game, I see it as, you know, a new sort of squad with Ebbw Vale. And, you know, Cardiff's at the other end, you know, they're different sort of journey completely to ourselves. But for us, it's just about trying to establish what type of team we want to be and club we want to be. And hopefully we'll see, you know, some commitment. That'll be the first thing we look for tonight.
Well, Jason, go well tonight. All the best.
Thank you.
Steve, a comprehensive win against Quins on Saturday. Talk me through that performance. Pleasing for you, I imagine.
We're just very clinical. Created a lot of opportunities and got the ball to the right areas and finished at the right time. So it hasn't really been our endeavour and effort has been an issue. It's probably been our accuracy on the opposition's try line, and a little bit of inaccuracy on our try line has been our biggest issue for most of the season.
You've been forced to a few changes for tonight. A number of youngsters coming in. What have you told the academy boys?
To go out and enjoy themselves, really. It's an opportunity, isn't it? You know, they've got nothing to prove. They just go out there and play, do the best they can, and enjoy it.
Ebbw, traditionally a gritty, tough team. What do you expect from them tonight? Could probably make it awkward for you with obviously Jason Strange back as well.
Exactly that. You know, we'll have to be accurate and clinical. You don't want to be in a dogfight. I know Jason's come back, and I know he's done a 8-week pre-season, so conditioning. So I'm expecting him to have a bit more energy and a lot of endeavour.
Cheers, Steve. All the best tonight.
Thank you.
Ie, mae Steve Law wedi dewis tîm ifanc iawn heno, ond mae wel, dwi ddim eisiau gweud hen gwyneb cyfarwydd, mae ddim yn 31, Dan Fish yn ei chanol hi, faint o arweinydd fydd e?
Ie, oedd e'n dangos pam nath e chwarae'r gleision lawr yn Harlequins, oedd yn arbennig oedd yn y gêm ma. Wrth gwrs, mae'n ffwbl yn naturiol iawn, mae'n gwybod sut i darllen y chwarae ar y lefel ma, mae'n gallu rhoi tîm yn llefydd cywir. Dwi'n gêm cico arbennig, ond wrth gwrs gyda chwaraewyr ifanc Ethan Lloyd ond tu fewn fel mewnwr, Harrison James, Ioan Evans tu fas o canolwyr ifanc. Mae profiad fyny i dangos nhw sut i chwarae, i siarad gyda nhw, wneud nhw teimlo'n cyfforddus, fel maen nhw gallu mynd allan a just chwarae fel maen nhw moyn a mwynhau'r dydd. Felly o'r chwaraewyr fel yna, yn ymwedig fel maswr, mor bwysig gyda'r nifer o chwaraewyr ifanc o gwmpas.
A pwy yw prif bygythiadau Glynebwy, Andrew?
Owen a Lewis Young yn y reng ôl i fi dros Glynebwy. Boys wedi bod rhan o Glynebwy am spel. Wedi colli Ashley Sweet allan o'r pac oedd yn captain Glynebwy, felly yn disgwyl y ddau na sefyll lan a arwain y ffordd i pac Glynebwy. A maen nhw'n dda gyda'r bêl neu ddwylo, maen nhw'n dinistriol, a maen nhw'n dda yn amddiffyn hefyd. Felly gobeithio bod nhw'n cael gêm dda, achos maen nhw'n lan yn erbyn Bradley, sydd yn ymarfer pob diwrnod gyda'r Cardydd, rygbi Cardydd, a wedyn Morgan Allen hefyd sydd yn chwaraewr anferthol i Cardydd.
Wel, i'ch atgoffa chi adre ni yn cynnig sylwebeth Saesneg ar gyfer bob gêm yn yr Indigo Prem i fydd Nicky Robinson cyn bo hir yn mynd i ymuno yn sylwebeth ni heno, Phil Steele. Diolch Phil. Wel, mae olwyr cryf gan Gaerdydd heno, a dau sydd wedi bod yn brysur yn ddiweddar yw Theo Cabango a Jacob Beetham. Dau sy'n rhan o Academi Rhanbarth, dau sydd eisoes wedi chwarae Gaerdydd yn Ewrop eleni yn erbyn Toulouse, a dau sy'n ffrindiau da hefyd.
Helo, fi yw Theo Cabango.
A fi yw Jacob Beetham.
A dyma hwn.
Neu'r llall.
Cic gatref, ni oddi gatref, cic gatref, achos mae'n teimlo'n well.
Snapchat or TikTok? Snapchat, because I use it more.
Liar. TMO ddyn TMO, achos mae'n game dig.
Fitness training or tackling training? Tackling training, because there's less running.
Codi pwysau neu cardio. Codi pwysau. Yeah, mae'n gryfach.
Game on a Thursday night or game on a Saturday afternoon? Game on a Thursday night because I get more rest.
Tea neu coffee. Definitely coffee. I'm going to energy.
Ponty or Newport?
Thanks, Nick. Here we are. Here we are.
Clean shave or beard? I would love to say beard, but it's clean shave because I can't grow a beard.
Smoothio, neu hwfro. Definitely hwfio. Bwy ho.
Lottery or Toulouse? Definitely play against Toulouse.
Anything lottery neu chwarae Toulouse. Definitely Toulouse.
Am I looking forward to playing against Ebbw Vale? Yes, definitely.
Bwy hain Ebbw chwarae Glyn Ebbw. Yeah, definitely. Really edrych ymlaen y chwarae'n erbyn Glyn Ebbw. Falch bod Indigo Prem yn ôl ac yn gobeithio gawn ni'r rhaid y gofio.
Really looking forward to playing Ebbw Vale on Thursday. Can't wait to get back on the field and hopefully get the win.
Ie, ddaina, dwi'n cofio nhw'n chwarae yn erbyn ei gilydd yn ysgolion Acholegau Cymru fe rhai blynydde nôl. Erbyn hyn, maen nhw wedi dangos, Nicky, bod nhw'n gallu trosglwyddo hynny ar y llwyfan mwyaf. Jyst ymelaetha ar beth yw eu cryfderau nhw.
Wel, nes i gweld Bangor, wrth gwrs, mae'n mor gyflym, mae'n twy llodrus. O'n i'n bles pan yn chwarae mewn halwg wedi bod yn dod mewn i canol caeg yn edrych am y bêl, ddim jyst yn sefyll ar asgell. Ac yn y byth mae'n boi mawr, boi cryf, mae gêm cico dda gyda fe, gallu cico'r bêl o pellter hefyd. Yn dangos am y Toulouse bod e ddim yn ofn dod mewn i'r lein hefyd. Felly lot o cryfderau fyna, fel chi'n dweud, mae'r hyder nhw'n cael o chwarae ar y lefel rhanbarthol nawr i dod nawr. Mae'n rhaid i dangos hwnna wythnos i wythnos nawr.
Dwi'n siŵr bydd Jonathan Evans ac Rhys Jones haneri Glyn Ebbw yn gwybod yn iawn beth mae'r boys ma'n gallu neud. Bydd rhaid nhw fod yn tactegol iawn gyda'r cicio heno. Os maen nhw'n cico'n rydd, maen nhw'n cael problemau mawr. Ond maen nhw'n bod yn galed i Glyn Ebbw fi'n meddwl heno. Rhaid nhw trio cadw'r bêl i ffwrdd o chwaraewyr fel yna. A trio jyst cadw'r meddiant.
Fel ti'n rhaid gweld i'n mynd, Andrew, wedi cydydd yn ffefrynnau clir?
Dwi'n meddwl, ie, fel Steve Lowe yn siarad am Glyn Ebbw. Disgwyl lot o egni o Glyn Ebbw yn gynnar yn y gêm, ond tîm fel Cardiff, dwi'n gweld nhw redig i ffwrdd gyda hon.
Nicky?
Ie, peth nhw ddim yn chwarae gêm am be 8 wythnos. Felly lot o gwaith ffitrwydd, ond mae'r ffitrwydd ar y cae yn gwbl wahanol. Felly, falle egni yn 20 munud cyntaf, fi'n siŵr, falle yn yr ail hanner fi'n gweld Cardiff yn tynnu ffwrdd. Mae'r
chwaraewyr ar eu ffordd i'r stafell newid. Well, a reminder, English language commentary is about to begin on our YouTube channel and the WIU website with Nicky Robinson in a moment and Phil Steele. Ond draw ni yn y Gymraeg nawr at Owain Gwynedd a mi fydd Andrew Coombs ar ei ffordd i ymuno â fe mewn rhai munudau.
Thank you very much, Lauren. Yes, good evening. Welcome to Cardiff Arms Park for this Premiership clash. Cardiff against Ebbw Vale. There's man of the moment, the Cardiff rugby coach, Guy Young. His two sons are playing for the opposition tonight. Well, there's the Cardiff team, brimming with young talent behind the scrum. Jacob Beetham, Theo Cabango and Ethan Lloyd all made their debuts for the pro team in the Champions Cup. Look out for the canny promptings of Arms Park legend Dan Fisher, 10, and former Osprey Morgan Allen captains the side at number 8. And keep an eye out for speedster Ewan Priest-Jones coming off the bench. Well, as for Ebbw Vale, they've got considerable pro experience at half-back, where metronomic goal kicker Rhys Jones partners the former Pro 14 title winner Jonathan Evans. And there's an abrasive look about the pack. Watch out for the Piranha brothers in the back row, alias Owen and Lewis Young. They're the sons of Di. And up front, the scrummaging power will come from the meat of butcher Rob Sevenoaks, an Ebbw Vale tight head legend with over 250 appearances under his belt. Ebbw Vale have on a bit of a losing streak at the moment. They've having won their first two games in the Premiership Cup. They were against Merthyr away and Porterfield at home. Then they've lost the next 7. So they need to get back on the horse. But they have had a bit of a break from the COVID. It's given Jason Strange and his conditioning team time to get a bit of fitness under the belt with the players. So that this might get to a bit of a different Ebbw Vale outfit that we see tonight. The Ebbw Vale side on the field. Cardiff, traditional blue and black, and the green, white and red of Ebbw Vale, of course. Perfect conditions here at Cardiff Arms Park. Good evening to, when he finds his mic, Nicky Robinson.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have more Saturdays this week.
Well, he'll pick up his mic in a minute. In the meantime, we're going to have a minute's silence for Billy Woods, who was a much-loved committee man at Cardiff. Did a lot for the youth team of Cardiff going back in the day, and also for the under-21s, where he worked with Mike Brea. A great character of Cardiff rugby, an absolute gentleman, and just the thought of Billy Woods will bring a smile to a lot of faces. So R.I.P. Billy Woods.
Thank you.
So here's Timothy Robinson. This is just Billy Woods there, who played 200 times for Cardiff in the pro game. You came across Billy. Okay, here we go then. Rhys Jones, son of Kingsley Jones, the captain, to get us underway. They're playing from right to left as we look at the screen there. The seventh player, of course. The referee is Aled Evans. So left to right now as we look at from the main camera.
Okay, thank you.
Ebbw Vale.
Okay, Blues.
Quite a useful looking crowd on this near side where we are. Jones gets the game underway. Do you see this as a clash between two styles here, the Cardiff backline and the power of Ebbw up front?
The power of Ebbw went and opens up the speed of the half-backs as the fish is sweet through away left foot and
yeah, flash and dash from Dan Fitch, feeding the fish early on.
Hold, loose from that hold. Okay.
Rhys Jones back in the pocket.
And run.
This one up. Oh, does well to get under it as well. Ebbw Vale on the front foot. Cardiff 22 in the background. Jonathan Evans.
Off it, off.
Of course, with the Scarlets in 2016, Jonathan Evans. This is what Ebbw want to do for Cardiff early on, you would think. With a squad.
Okay, 20 miles for me. Yeah. So all the boys are here again. 5 talent.
Strengthening the young brothers in the back row.
Hold.
Evans and Rhys Jones as well to try and put them in the right field position.
Hold on. Okay. And run.
Ebbw using the high ball tactic.
That's the wrong player.
Two things under that. Early penalty. First penalty goes to the Gwen club.
That player on his feet, holding it.
A really good take from Beacon, who actually come in at quite speed, and it's not easy to get high ball when you're coming into that screen, running into traffic. Okay. It's the race to the ball, isn't it? And that's where you expect Ebbw Vale, obviously, recent training coming in, they want to make an impression. He said they're late, the spots in the squad. They're straight on the ball there, and Cardiff is a little bit slow to get back behind the ball. Ebbw Vale winning that race to the breakdown. They get 2 or 3 players over the ball and deserve to get that penalty and a chance for Rhys Jones to get them off to a lead. But I think they've looked full of energy, and as you probably expect, with having played for 8 weeks as well, and a lot of fitness work on him.
Yeah, 11th of December, they lost 31-13 at Merthyr. I was at that game. They were in it for a good 65 minutes for Ebbw. Just ran out of a bit of steam. Well, Jason Strange has been saying that he's used a lot of the 5 or 6 weeks since they've been unable to play on fitness. So this, as I said, this could well be a bit of a different Ebbw proposition tonight. Here's Rhys Jones. He's done that a few times. Ebbw get first blood. And I suppose important for them, having they've been on a run of 9 defeats, but again, to get on the board early is something.
Because they haven't played for such a long time, so they're working hard, they're showing they're desperate to get back on the pitch and to try and get some confidence back in as well. But they sure can't. I think I said, look, don't give Ebbw Vale anything early on, don't give them anything in their own half. And they're kind of try to get out of their half, but Vale jumping back and kicks quite a bit, and I think we'll see plenty of that from the half backs trying to pin Cardiff back, not give them anything free. There's plenty of danger in the back three in the Cardiff. Back three, but I think they'll keep trying to pin them back, get to compete to the high as we've seen a lot.
We're making a bit of a Horlicks of the restart. The other thing is as well, a lot of those defeats came in the Premiership Cup. Well, that's done and dusted now as far as Ebbw is concerned. Cardiff are in the semis. So this can be a bit of a new start in that way.
Standards, remember what we agreed.
In the Premiership so far.
Yeah, you're right. I think with the new coach coming in, hopefully they'll get more games called off and get a bit of a run, a bit of momentum going. But it all starts tonight, but it starts with the basics. And when you get a 3-point lead, the one thing you want to do is make sure catch the kick off and get a nice clean exit. But they've knocked on and given Cardiff an opportunity now, and obviously the set piece. And I think we said Ebbw Vale with some good experience up in the front row that will try and see if they can dominate there as well. But chance for Cardiff to attack.
First look at this Cardiff back division. That's not a bad nudge from the Cardiff forwards as well. Here's Fish. Cabango was lurking with intent. He's put down well though. Penalty given against Jordan Thomas.
14, wrong side, move.
Did well to get up and make the tackle.
Yeah, he read it really well actually. Obviously, Dan Fish trying to bring in Theo Cabango, get one of your key danger runners in with a touch nice and early in the game. But Jaden Thomas had read the play really well and probably wasn't executed as slickly as Cardiff would like, and telegraphed maybe that Cabango was coming in, but Thomas had made a really good hit behind the gain line, but because he made that man and ball tackle, couldn't roll out and got stuck on the wrong side. And penalties are so hot on that, aren't they? Any player that's stuck on the wrong side, or whether he's none of this, or well, you got trapped in, that's it. If you're on the wrong side, the refs will give a penalty.
It is Jacob Beetham, 10 points this season, 88% kicking record. Brecon boy, Wales into 20s of course, and we saw what he could do in Europe, vastly promising. No wind conditions perfect tonight at the Arms Park. And there's Beetham. Oh, looks as if it just went in off the post, but they all count. So 3-all. He played 6 minutes. You've seen a bit of Jake Beetham. How good could he be?
Like he looks comfortable, doesn't he? He's physically quite big. He's tall. Looks quite confident in that game against Toulouse. Obviously, there was the man who got the standing ovation for getting red card in that game. But hopefully, you'll remember him for fonder things than that. But he's definitely got the talent. And he seems to be playing consistently well this year for Cardiff. I know the coaches think a lot of him. It's about performing consistently well.
No. It was it.
Ethan Lloyd, a little bit slow ball for him. He has to use the big runners. That's the Cardiff 22 in the background. Again, slow for Lloyd. So he pumps it into the capital city night sky. And advantage coming for Cardiff. Now, this is where they could be dangerous. Beetham, though, decides he'll go down the tram lines. Jonathan Evans, using his vast experience, and does well to get out of the first tackle.
Cardiff not competing at all at those two breakdowns. Are they? No Cardiff players in those breakdowns at all. Ebbw Vale committing 4.
Held.
Yeah, not releasing in the tackle.
Tackled by 3.
Deemed to be held.
Propels himself again. Held.
And a bit of a soft penalty given away by Ebbw. It was number 8 Lewis Young, former Cardiff Academy player, as was his brother Owen.
Yeah, unlucky there, because I think Cardiff is so happy, as I was explaining, Cardiff quite happy to tackle kind of and fan out, not really get involved in that breakdown at all. And Lewis Young thought that he wasn't held, so he could try and get a few extra metres, but again, something that refs are really clamping down on is that once you hit the ground, if you are being held, you have to release the ball.
Shortened line out for Cardiff, taken by Sean Moore. Gone forward though. And Ebbw get a scrum, right. So look at this scrum now. Cardiff had a little bit of a nudge on at the last one. But that Ebbw Vale front row with Aaron Cownley and Rob Sevenoaks, the two props, a vast experience there. Mid-30s Rob Sevenoaks. Aaron Cownley made 27 appearances for the Dragons in his time. So that front row, and with Mikhail Blake, former Cumbran player. It's a tough old front three for Ebbw.
5 set.
Once again, it seems as if Cardiff have got Ebbw in a little bit of trouble, but they do come away with it. Lewis Young.
No,
that's the 22. Evans. And Ethan Phillips doing the exiting. But it was passed back in, so we're going to get an attacking line out once more for Cardiff.
Yeah, Cardiff pack off another really strong scrum, putting Ebbw Vale under pressure. Lewis Young thought he could get away and manage to scramble a few extra metres, but then they're under pressure, passing the ball backwards. You need to, at that stage, try and put your foot on it, take your time and try and clear on your own terms.
Oh, it's overthrown. Ebbw burgle that.
Stay, no. Okay. Hold 4-3.
Evans to Jones. Okay. And the exit is pretty good.
Yeah, there's 2 lineouts now Cardiff have lost in the opposition 22, so really disappointed with that. 2 really good attacking options. They've got a third one here. See what they do. Ebbw Vale, I think the first one was overthrown. Ebbw Vale competed well on that one.
It's the darts rather than the scaffolding going wrong at the moment for Cardiff, then, is it? That's better. Scaffolding and darts are in harmony. The skipper, Morgan Allen. Cardiff on the front foot. Almost up to 22, but Ebbw Vale stealing that one again. Kick only finds Beetham though, and he's lost it in the tackle as well. Hack forward, and you have to say untidy, but a net gain for the Gwent club.
Yeah, really good turnover from Ebbw Vale in the tackle area. Managed to get on the ball, turn it over, and then Rhys Jones tried to use his right foot, possibly not his strongest foot. Bit of a shinty. Really good play.
Okay, hold green.
To turn the ball over. Rhys Jones comes out, tries to use the space. There's no obviously Cardiff players back there.
That's better ball for Cardiff. Fish. Ryan Davis. Impeded. Yes, he was. Double penalty.
Late where the ball lands. Number 1, yes. Penalties where the ball lands in 15.
You can't blame a prop forward for
5 draws. And Ebbw Vale didn't play at the Arms Park until 1954, even though they were formed in 1893. So
yeah, it's
only in the 50s really Ebbw began to be recognised as one of the top clubs and got the top fixtures. And since then they've been one of the powerhouses, of course, of Gwent rugby and Welsh rugby as well. Some great players come through. Think of the likes of Clive Burgess, Arthur Lewis, former Lion of 71. They've some fantastic players.
Yeah, real time.
Down the years, Ebbw. Still waiting with the referee to have a look at this.
Okay. Back to me, please.
He certainly got the don't argue, didn't he?
So,
he definitely
have got foul play, yes. It's completely needless by green one. It's off the ball and it's a shoulder and it's late.
Now, was it? What does it make on the malice meter? I give it a 6.2.
Happy win? Yeah. Yeah, 1 and captain, John.
Could be a yellow.
So we've gone through it, yeah? It's foul play, it's late, it's with the shoulders. Completely needless and avoidable, it's the yellow cards. Time.
Yeah. It's probably fair.
Yeah, I did say I thought it was no more than a penalty, but I guess I'm looking at it again. I think there is definitely a bit of a shoulder charge into it there. So you can't.
Shoulder late.
Just the power he's going to put into that shoulder has probably crossed that line into a yellow card. I know Cavalier would completely disagree with that. He felt that he probably couldn't get out of the way, and he's also protecting himself a little bit. But I think when you do look at that, and they looked in real time as well.
Cardiff take the line out. No, can they get the drive? Alan Rees in steerage at the back. He's got some help from his friends in the back division as well. And over the line has Rees managed to just get the final wriggle in? I think so. Well, once they started to get that drive on, there was only going to be one outcome there.
I think that's the first clean line out they've won, isn't it? And then they scored from it.
They'd actually given it to Nathan Hudd, but you could have permed any one of 8, really.
Yeah, they're a lot better in the line out. Got the timing right on the jump and the throw, and once they got it, the maul going, almost looked inevitable. They possibly Ebbw Vale did well right at the end, but Hudd used his strength just to roll round and get over. But just shows when they get the line out right, they got that drive on, they got the setup correct. Obviously with Ebbw Vale missing a forward, it just shows that extra bit, that what the damage can do with the penalty, and the yellow card has led to a Cardiff try.
Yeah, got Gwent connections, former Bedworth player, where he'd played under Steve Law, the current Cardiff coach.
No,
and he was in the Dragons Academy as well. Here's Jacob Beetham. Can he improve it? He's already put over the penalty.
20 seconds.
Not a breath of wind. He's just hooked that slightly to the left. So it remains 8-3.
Cardiff and Steve Law and the coaching staff will be a lot more pleased with that. Obviously being a little bit scrappy. Always hard when they've had a convincing win on the weekend on Saturday to then back that up with the same performance when you know you're playing a side you probably should be beating. You haven't played for 8 weeks, that the expectation is you're going to go and just carry on where you left off on the weekend, but inevitably with a few changes, different side, sometimes it's hard to get that going.
Was Aaron County there, left to consider the error of his ways. Cabango thought he spotted a gap, closed pretty quickly. Lloyd. It's Willem Bradley.
It was that blue? No, yes. Yes.
Lloyd again goes aerial.
No contact.
Taken well by Ebbw. Rhys Jones it was, making the catch. Evans using the blind side. That's the 10 metre of Cardiff.
Lost blue.
And still very little commitment at the contact on the part of Cardiff. Ebbw get a bit of space. It's Phillips, centre. Still going as well. Into the 22 they go.
Advantage offside, 13.
Advantage coming as well for the penalty. Will they need it? Rhys Jones, a little show and go.
Move. Still advantage, right?
Evans still playing advantage. Evans with a little kick for nothing. Oh, it's for one moment it nutmegged Jake Beetham, and he looked in a little bit of trouble, but went harmlessly out in the end. But they will come back for the penalty.
Really good build-up play from Ebbw Vale there. They're really patient, holding the ball around the halfway line. Forwards carried, not making a huge amount of yards. When they did get an opportunity to go wide, and they got outside Cardiff quite easily. Good wide pass from Rhys Jones. Good hands, and they got outside Cardiff. Dan Fish does make a bit of a speed bump tackle. And then Jonathan Evans shows his experience, picking the ball up and running into, I think it was Johan Evans, who was coming up, getting up from the breakdown, just running into him, getting the penalty. So they're over the gain line here. And as he's getting up, Jonathan Evans knows what he's doing, runs straight into him and wins the penalty. His experience showing. I think Ebbw Vale will be really pleased. Said they've the best part of the game for them so far. Kept possession, forwards did well. And when you're a man down, all you're trying to do is run that clock down. So if you can take a bit of time out of the game, ideally if you can get some points on the board, then you've done really well. Obviously the experienced halfbacks we've mentioned, that's what they're trying to do. And Cardiff will be disappointed that Ebbw Vale did get outside of them, because they didn't get any front foot ball. They got outside of them a bit too easily for them.
Here's Rhys Jones, one successful penalty under his belt. Oh, he's just pulled that one. Be annoyed with that. Played for Scarlets and Dragons, of course, and Wales Sevens. A couple of games for Sale, so he knows his way around the pro game.
Check.
It's Fish to drop out for Cardiff. And goes long.
Tackle.
It's the halfway line. Evans to Jones. I think he was trying for a 50-22, but it finds the grateful arms of Beetham, who returns the compliment.
Really good tackle from Ryan Evans coming across. Looked at his half an opportunities with good hands on the blind side. Really good offloads here. Bit lucky. Good 2-on-1 take and give. Well, I think Ryan Davies has got to look to try and stay in field there, because there wasn't a huge amount of space. They said good tackle from Ryan Evans, but I think when you get outside of them, try and step back in. You see Warren Gatland he used to hate it when any of his wingers got tackled into touch. When you've got possession there, always get back in field. Get some support and keep hold of the possession, unless you really think you can get outside someone. There wasn't a huge amount of room.
Well, that one's gone astray. Cardiff are on attack. The 22.
Just forward of
Once again, it's a bit slovenly at the base by Cardiff, although it was an Ebbw Vale knock on first.
There was half a chance for Cardiff. Morgan Ireland could have gone to ground, got the ball recycled quickly. There was the Cardiff back line was getting excited. There's some good numbers when you get turnover when the ball was overthrown by Ebbw Vale on the line out. Their turn to struggle this time. Cardiff getting over the gain line and some quick ball.
On comes Ross Jones, another hugely experienced forward for Ebbw Vale. 250 odd appearances by him. He actually retired in the summer, and Jason Strange took over, and had a quiet word, probably bought him a beer, and he came out of retirement. So there he is, propping up the scrum.
Set.
Great character, Ross. He actually retired in the summer, and Jason Strange took over, and quiet word, probably bought him a beer, and he came out of retirement. So there he is, propping up the scrum. Great character, Ross. He actually retired in the summer, and Jason Strange took over, and had a quiet word, probably bought him a beer, and he came out of retirement. So there he is, propping up. And still going, Cardiff rumbling, Ebbw crumbling, and is that a second for Cardiff? Not sure about the touchdown.
Got a knock on there.
Referee giving a knock on.
Wow, I mean, they did all the hard part, didn't they? Went back 10 metres, but kept the ball in the right position, kept their structure, and as they edged forward, all the Ebbw Vale players just splintered off. It ended up there was no one in front of them.
Oh, and he lost it in the act of scoring.
I think he on one of his own players' boots, by the looks of things. That would have been her second try as well, and I think that's a sorry lads to all the boys in front, because they said they did all the hard work. Didn't panic when they were pushed backwards. So once they get the ball in the back, the referee gave them enough time to make their way forward.
Big scrum for Ebbw Vale this. They've had a couple of nudges against them, although they get a free kick for an early push. A chance to get away.
I think the Cardiff coaches up, Ian Evans, and might be a little frustrated. They probably should have scored there, and obviously with the scrum and the way how dominant they've been in that scrum, You'd have fancied them to put Ebbw Vale under real pressure, but they got a little bit too eager. Maybe the old experience of some of the Ebbw Vale players getting a free kick has got them out of jail now. They're 22.
Rhys Jones finds a decent enough touch, but it was for a free kick, so they'll concede the line out.
Yeah. Okay, something.
A yellow card is back on, as is Alex Howell, the flanker. So you'd think that Jason Strange would be reasonably happy with just 8-3 with the card.
He'd be happy. He's slightly concerned the way that the scrum has gone after that driving line out as well.
Ethan Lloyd gets the backs going. Elbow tackling is good. That time by Ethan Phillips. Fish, the educated left boot, but this time it's not so educated. Straight out on the full.
Yeah, I think the decision was the right one because Ebbw Vale were up really flat. There was space there. You saw there was space. He's overcooked it by a tiny bit. But otherwise, that would have been a good decision there because they were coming up quite hard.
Let's go.
Again, the Cardiff back play wasn't as slick as they'd like. Didn't get over the gain line, so the right decision to put it behind Ebbw Vale. As I said, just overcooked it. I think some of that frustration is growing a little bit with Cardiff, I feel.
Stolen by Blue.
Ebbw took it originally downhill, but I think, yes, it has been stolen by Cardiff.
Last screen.
Fish.
Hold 8.
Uses the boot again. It's well played by Powell. Good positioning. This is Fish. Oh, and he's put in the creme by a reception committee of 3 Ebbw Vale chasers. It's all a bit messy again. Fish.
Okay, on. Backwards.
Down to Brian Evans.
Yeah. Hold.
Fish's serve again. Look a bit vertical to start with, and nobody in particular wants it. And Beetham says, I'll take that, thank you. And Ebbw get the penalty. Well, a forgettable passage of play.
Jonathan Evans has saved his side a try from that turnover.
9 on his feet, holding.
25 minutes in, we haven't seen a lot. We haven't seen much ambition either from this Cardiff back division at the moment that we know can turn it on when they want. This is the voice of Griff Rees.
Ie, dyna beth sy'n siwtio ni, ond bod yn teg i Glyn Ebbw, maen nhw wedi just bod yn eitha dofn ynglyn â sut maen nhw wedi just drop yn ôl, a maen nhw'n eitha cyfforddus ynglyn â gwaith y cicio nhw, ond nhw ddim yn y gêm ni wedi chwarae ynghynt yn y tymor.
I think Griff saying that Ebbw Vale's kicking game has been quite good, put them Cardiff under a bit of pressure.
I thought so.
And I think the first part was, I think we should have been 15-3 up, is basically what he said. How we butchered 2 tries.
Just saw another Ebbw Vale line-out go astray, and that's something they'll need to put right when they get in the sheds at half-time. Mike Powell did well there. Set his side. Still only 8-3 though, even though Cardiff have had platinum-plated possession for most of the match. Alex Howell.
Scrum advantage. We'll play it. Scrum advantage.
Going forward once again. Morgan Allen, the captain. Fish kicking back against the grain. I think that might have just taken an Ebbw hand, which is why Cabango is onside, and they won't stop him. Cabango in for Cardiff's second try.
Well, he said they just butchered 2 tries and they've scored 1. with a spot of luck with a half a charge down, but fair play to Theo Cabango, chased up really hard, really hungry to get his hands on the ball, and once he got that, only one man to beat, he was going to be really hard to stop. Dan Fish went for that 50-20 going back against the grain. There was space there, but you could see as soon as Fish kicked it, Theo Cabango's chasing really hard. It's a little bit unlucky with the bounce, but then one-on-one then, he was going to be really hard to stop with the ball in his hand when he's that quick. So all the hard work was done because he chased really hard. As soon as Dan Fish kicked it, he was after that ball, chasing it hard, hoping to get an opportunity like that.
Just wonder, would he have been onside anyway, do you think? Because it took a deflection, so he doesn't... it's okay that he's in front then, isn't it? But I wonder whether he'd have been onside anyway.
Yeah, he looked... You would hope players these days that they don't put themselves in front of the kicker. Make sure you stand behind the kicker. Because you said with the TMOs in, they can easily check things like that.
Beetham converts from in front. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that. A, how quick he was, and B, the anticipation. Not quite in the standard of his score at the Stoop, but he won't mind.
No, we'll take that. Really good finish though. So one-on-one with Ryan Evans, and said for he got that. He's so good on his feet. See players like that, must love playing on pitches like this so hard. Suit someone like him.
Offside in front.
Oh no, that is that's an under 11s mistake there for Ebbw in front of the kicker. That shouldn't happen at this level.
No, it's not. I think because obviously Rhys Jones turned round and went the other way. Sometimes players just can get edged in front when the kicker takes a little bit longer. It takes a few more steps and he goes round. Yeah, but they clearly were. They obviously started too close to the halfway line anyway. You've got to give yourselves a bit of space to start walking into it, and then obviously when you start running, as soon as he's kicked it, well, you're right, Phil, that shouldn't happen. Basic error.
Fine.
Half an hour gone, 15-3 Cardiff lead. Options either side. For Ethan Lloyd, comes to the left. Toblerone told punt downfield from Johan Evans. And a let-off for the Steelmen.
Yep, Johan Evans got good left foot, has played a bit of fly half as well. So, but with those kicks, he's obviously just tried to place it. He hasn't tried to kick the leather off it, but sometimes when you're trying to be a little bit tentative, that can come off the side of your boot. Trying to find a little bit of space.
Interesting young career, Johan Evans. He was cut from the Cardiff Academy first up, wasn't he? At 18, and went to Pontypridd and sort of impressed with Pontypridd, and now he's picked up again.
It just shows, doesn't it? It's not. If you get a few knockbacks, it's important to keep going, keep working hard, and hopefully you get another opportunity.
Well, once more an Ebbw Vale line-out. Just going awry.
I wonder if that's down to kind of match practice from Ebbw Vale. You know, you can do as many line-outs as you want in the training ground, but actually it's under those match situations, under that match pressure where things can go against you. So Cardiff messed a few up at the start, but Ebbw Vale there. So you had a few simple errors going against them now.
And that's a better scrum by Ebbw, although Morgan Allen makes some ground off the back of it for Cardiff. Fish this time gives the ball a bit of air. And Harrison James looking for the 50-22. Caban goes up and managed to get contact with it. Right over in that far corner. The speed of Cabango was something else there. And Cardiff get a penalty as well.
Time off now. No, time off. No. Okay.
This might be more than a card, is it? Than a penalty.
Yeah, once again, Cabango, terrific anticipation.
15 green. Yeah. We've got 14 blue meters from the goal line here. Yeah. He's crossing the Biffy, picks up the ball. Yeah. There's a probable try take place, but for the actions of 15 green. So we're just going to check it. Yeah. We're going to have a look. Wait. Yeah.
There we go. Mr. Evans.
That,
yes, it is.
TMO. For 15 green. If he prevents a probable try from being scored, he goes to the bench. I go into the 6.
Yeah. When you get, let me know when you get there.
Once again, Cabango's pace. How quick is he? Do you know how does he compare with, say, the rest of the other speed merchants in the pro squad?
He's definitely faster than me and you, Phil.
No. Yeah, he certainly got behind the defence, didn't he?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, play now. Play now.
The referee asked him, was he just impeded by Ryan Evans? Well, it was the great former All Black coach Fred Allen who used to say there's an answer to everything on the rugby field apart from speed, and there's a case in point.
And if you can hold it, please, here.
Yeah, it's a definite penalty. He's grabbed him early.
I believe I've seen enough. If you can come back to me, please.
Penalty try, if so, yellow.
Are you happy there?
Yeah.
Did he have control?
That's clear for me. So 15 green.
Difficult to award a penalty try from there, although there's no defender.
Okay, can you put it back on me, please, Wayne? Thank you. So we've seen all the angles. 15 green makes an early tackle. I believe that the colour is at least 15 metres away, and at the point that 15 green makes the tackle, but for his actions, 14 blue would have picked the ball up and probably scored the try. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yep. On that basis, 15 goes to the bin and spells it try. Thank you.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah,
Penalty try and a sin binning.
15 greens.
Insult to injury.
Try,
as far as Ebbw concerned.
15 green.
And of course, no conversion, just a straight 7 points. So Cardiff within sight of a bonus point just after the half-hour mark.
Yep, turned around very quickly now, isn't it? Through 2 kicks through from Cardiff, and Theo Cabango just showing how hungry he is, his work rate, desire to get his hands on the ball or foot on the ball. I feel a little bit sorry for Ebbw Vale. So I know Oliver Andrews was coming back. How fast, how close was he? But it was a good kick by Cardiff, putting it through. Cabango showing his speed.
Ebbw might feel that the ball was just turning behind Cabango.
It was going to hard for him to pick it up and definitely score, wasn't it? And so when he bends down to pick it up, you slow down. So I can see the referee probably think he might have, but for me, I think Ebbw Vale a little bit hard done by. Definite penalty.
You feel Ebbw need to score next if they're to have a chance of staying in touch. Evans using his big men 3 times on the trot from the base. Cowley again, a knock on by Ebbw Vale. It's just the errors that are increasing at the moment.
Yeah, and even then they turned the ball over from Cardiff from the kick-off, and they're playing with some real good speed and trying to get some tempo into their carries and actually getting over the gain line into the Cardiff 22. But as soon as they have a little error like that, then you can see the players just disappointment there, the frustration that they can't hold on to the ball. And that's what they did really well when they did get a penalty in the first yellow card. They kept the ball, 4 or 5 phases got outside Cardiff, but you want to build some pressure, make Cardiff make some tackles, and hopefully win a penalty or at least stay down in the 22. You're giving the ball away, just...
Good scrum again by Ebbw, though. The power of Cowley and Sevenoaks beginning to tell, perhaps. Ryan Davis can't hold that. Would he be interesting if he could?
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? It would have been great to see him catch that and one-on-one. Against Mike Powell, the other Ebbw Vale winger who was covering. Obviously, it's a great kick from Dan Fish as well. Put it an inch perfect. Probably had to come in a tiny bit. That's the only thing I'd give against it. But Dan Fish knows that obviously Ebbw Vale down a man with Ryan Evans being in the sin bin. So there's plenty of space there. And obviously got the confidence to try that crossfield kick. It'd be great to see Ryan Davies, ball in hand from 60 out, see what he could have done. But I guess he was probably excited about it as well, wasn't it? The ball in the air, thinking just catch this and let me show what I can do. He's had a few runs.
He's become a real cult hero at the Arms Park, isn't he? You know, as much as, say, the likes of Terry Holmes. As Cardiff is half a dark on the Clark's pie. St Albans boy in Splot. You know, they don't come more Cardiff than Dan Fish.
No, you're right. He ticks all the boxes. I think he's got the character to go with it, hasn't he? He's a great clubman and great to have around. Never shut him up.
Crouch.
He's and obviously really skillful player as well. I can't forget how talented a player he has, and a great servant he's been for, obviously for the Blues and for Cardiff Rugby Club.
And now he's involved in academy skills coaching.
There's a separation between our binds
and
the
I
rest.
believe.
Do you agree?
Good bloke for youngsters to learn from as well, because he wasn't like a superstar international. He was an excellent pro, good pro in everything he did, a good role model.
100%, Phil, because he's made the best of his talent, hasn't he? He works hard, and I think it's about hopefully passing on that knowledge and educating those young players on what it's like to play for Cardiff, whether it's the club or the region. And I think it's great that he's staying in the game.
What have Ebbw got? Oh, here's a good, nice break from Dom Franchi. Owen Young keeps it going as well. Ebbw's best attacking opportunity. And that's Alex Howe carrying the attack on. Ethan Phillips again.
Off.
As Evan spotted something on that
8 on the floor.
Blind side. They've got a penalty coming.
Okay, hold on a second. Wait a second.
Ebbw's best attack of the match so far.
Yeah, they look really good in attack, actually. They've played some real good pace and tempo. Then we just mentioned how good Dan Fisher's been, obviously defence, possibly not his strongest point. But Ebbw Vale going really powerful runners, one out, just really trying to get across the game, and when they do that, they continue to use their one-out runners, their power runners. Again, Jonathan Evans has shown his experience, isn't he, around that breakdown nose when he's there straight away, getting that ball away, keeping that tempo up. And Ebbw Vale shows when they keep the ball, go through the phases, causing Cardiff some problems.
Okay, watch it off, please.
No, they've had the scrum has been beginning to tell for Ebbw in the last 2 or 3 scrums. So what has Rob Sevenoaks and Aaron Cownley got up their sleeve at this one?
Explain that then, Phil, because first couple of scrums Cardiff are pushing Ebbw Vale back at a rate of knots, and now 30 minutes later Ebbw Vale are opting for the scrum because they fancy them against that.
I think it's called getting off the bus. I think.
Bind.
See, I would imagine the way things will be going, I'll be seeing Ethan Phillips as ball comes out, running down Dan Fisher's channel.
Picked up at the back by Lewis Young. Gets over the gain line, quick ball will be handy, and they've got it as well. In the shadow of the Cardiff post. Evans decides to go left where there's strength. Nice pass out of the tackle.
Tackle, release 8.
Just a few inches to go for Ebbw. They think they've scored.
Time is off. Time off. Okay.
Well, he didn't award the try, so he's going to his touch judge first. Ebbw think they've got it though.
On-field decision is try. We believe we have a grounding. We just wanted to make
Is it Dan Hill who got the final touch? Excellent power play by the forwards though.
On-field is try. We don't have a look for anything.
To try, I'll let try.
Thank you very much.
Or was it Lewis Young with the
I'll let it try.
Yeah,
pick
good
up?
work, thank you.
The line is good. The line is a try.
Yeah. Oh, really good play from Ebbw Vale there. Again, the scrum was good. Lewis Young picks up, had the option to pass to Mike Powell, doesn't hold the ball, and then there was a set play where they brought a runger short, someone out the back, nearly got over the try line that way, but then they were patient, went through a few phases. Cardiff actually did well. They were short on the blind side, over had lots of numbers. Cabango shot out and stopped them from getting it wide. It always felt as that try was inevitable, wasn't it, with the power that Ebbw Vale got from 5 metres out.
And in fairness to Ebbw, they could well have been staring down the battle then, the second yellow card, and instead they've come back and showed the power game.
No, you're right, Phil. They've showed some good character. So when they've got the ball, they've had opportunities. They've looked good in attack. So they've made a few errors, but when they have actually kept hold of the ball, they looked powerful, and they've kept Cardiff pushing back.
Well, Alex Howe, it looks as if the try has been awarded to, but once again it was a forwards try. And Ebbw are not out of this yet.
It was important they got something for half-time, wasn't it?
And you just wonder whether the scales have tilted slightly in the scrums, which could be interesting for the second half. Anyway, we'll see. They won't want to concede any more now. About 2.5 minutes or so to the interval. Morgan Allen for Cardiff.
Ball's out.
Fish going for another 50-22. A little bit straight on that one though. Here's Jones. Here's Jones. Down to Beetham. Gets a signal from Dan Fish to put it up in the air.
Forward off blue first.
We've got the scrum advantage coming.
Give me a time check, please, Wayne. Off blue.
Evans, that's for Ollie Andrews to chase.
Is over.
Fish. I thought he'd been taken high first of all, and a little bit of bifters to follow as well.
Okay, away you come. Away you come. Thank you very much.
I just think Dan Fish thought that
blues to one side, please,
the challenge came in perhaps a little bit late and a little bit high.
I think they've definitely went a little bit high. He kind of just stood there for a second, didn't he, Dan? He wasn't quite sure what was going to go on.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's have your 10 metres, lads. Let's have your 10, I'll just explain. Okay, no. Thank you very much. In the ball, captains. I'll just explain here, okay? Really good half of rugby, okay? Good 14. That is marginally high on 15, okay? So it is a penalty. It's your penalty in here on the 15. That will be timed the next time the ball goes into touch in this stand, unless you fix it, okay? 23, high on 15.
Yeah, needless actually, because Dan Fish, he's in a corner here, he's not going anywhere. It's just a little bit high, isn't it? And then he gets absolutely nailed from behind as well.
Yeah.
Boom.
nothing that he would have had on Splot Park going back in the day. But the laws are the laws, and doesn't find touch though, and that's about it. Referees whistle goes for half-time. 22-8, Cardiff lead. Here's the moment of the half, and it's this try from Tio Cabango. Wonderful anticipation and superb pace as well, and you won't stop him from there. That's the moment of the half. Tio Cabango.
Morgan, it very much seemed as if the dynamic of this match had shifted. You were back in control. So with that in mind, like, how disappointing is it to concede just before the break?
Yeah, I mean, it's never an ideal time to concede, but I think we showed our dominance. I think teams are always going to come back and have a bit of a purple patch. It's just up to us now to sort of weather that storm and get back out there ready for the next 40.
And what do you think the main things are you need to perhaps improve on, to build on, to make sure that you don't miss as many opportunities to score as you did in the first?
I think we just got to look after possession a little bit better. We're quite loose in some of our carries. And I think that's about it really. I think other than that we'll perform and do well.
Go and join your teammates. Thank you very much.
Camgymeriad draw fyna i'r ddau cais.
Ella'r camgymeriad cyntaf arwain at y cais cyntaf, yr Cardiff Melyn gan Cawdli yn benderfyniad twp diangen.
Ie, wel, pawb chi ddod i rhywun fel Cardiff, mae'n rhaid i chi fod yn glân iawn yn popeth chi'n neud os chi moyn ennill y gêm a Cwnli fyna. Mae'n chwaraewr dda, ond mae'n colli ei ben. Mae'n colli ei ben a mae'n rhoi Glynebwy mewn trafferth.
Ie, a'r disgyblaeth yna, diffyg disgyblaeth yna'n arwain at y gic i fewn i'r gornel a'r sgarmes symudol yma.
Ie, mae fel snowball effect yn dyw e. Nhw yn y cornel nawr, cefn ein erbyn y wal, heb prop yn canol hwnna. Pan ma'n i'n chwarae, ni wastad yn siarad am cael props yng nghanol y lein, achos nhw yw'r boes cryfa. Ond mae Cwnli off o'r cae, felly maen nhw'n wan yn y canol. A chi gallu weld y gwaglef yna, mae Cardydd yn rhy gryf, jyst yn cerdded trwy Glynebwy. A mae hwnna'n cais arbennig o dda o Cardydd.
Ie, yn diwedd yn holli yr amddiffynwyr, un ochr y llall yn gadael hyd fynd trwy'r canol. Ond Cabango, di gweld cryfder y blaenwyr. Waw, mae gen fo gyflymder yn does ar yr asgell na sy'n creu problemau i unrhyw un.
Ie, ni'n gweld y gwech yn chwarae fel un gyda Luke Morgan. Os chi'n cael rhywun ar yr asgell sydd yn gallu redeg nerthau traed yn gloi iawn, os chi'n gallu cael y bel ar y llawr yn y cefn, chi'n cael cyfle. Achos mae'r boys ma yn mor gloi, maen nhw'n mynd i roi trafferth i'r amddiffyn. Dyn nhw ddim yn rhoi lot o amser i'r amddiffyn i wneud penderfyniadau, ond fyna jyst gadael y bel yn mynd i llawr, a sgiliau wych i dal y bel, cryfder i ennill y bel yn y tacl, a wedyn y cyflymdra i wneud y dros tacl arall.
Ac efallai beth sy'n plesio'r hyfforddwyr cymaint, chos ddim y gic gorau gan Dan Fish, mae'n cael ei tharo lawr, ond i frwdfrydedd o'i i ddilyn y bel, achos i ddechrau doedd o'n dod i gyfeiriad yn gywir, ond doedd i dal i rhedeg ar ei ôl i.
Na fe, dyna'r beth mae'r boes ifanc yn neud, maen nhw'n llawn egni, a rhywun fel dyna beth mae'n moyn neud, mae'n moyn sgori ceisau, mae'n hel ar bel na lawr, ac dyna cryfder Theo, a dwi'n siŵr bod ni'n gweld fwy o hynna yn yr ail hanner, maen nhw'n rhoi pwysau ar y tri ôl Glynebwy.
Gwni weld bach hwyr yma wan, achos i gyflymder hwnna arwain at y gais cosp, oherwydd mae rai pwysau ar amddiffyn, a gyda wneud i gysymfyllio yma allan o ddim byd.
Ion, edrych ar y cefnwr Glynebwy fyna, mae'n cymryd spel i troi o gwmpas. Fel cefnwr, mae'n rhaid i chi troi yn syth a dechrau red nôl. Yn ymwedig pan mae rhywun fel Cabango yn redeg chi lawr, just cymryd rhy hir i troi o gwmpas, mewn problemau, a wedyn ni nôl i'r sgwrs cafon ni yn ystod y hanner. Mae'n rhaid i fe gadael e pigo'r bel lan fyna. Mae'n digon bell o'r llinell gais i beidio sgorio. Just gadael e pigo'r bel lan a neidio ar cefn fe a tynnu fe syth lawr. Dwi ddim yn meddwl fod y dyn yn dod ar draws yn mynd i roi'r tacl mewn.
Na, a'r canlyniad oedd cais cosp ynddo. Be mae rhywun yn ystyried o'n yn yr eisteddlau o dan ni fan hyn? Be mae'r prif hyfforddwyr yn deud wrth i tîm nhw? Be mae Jason Strange yn deud wrth Glynebwy? Reit, gen chi 40 munud fan hyn, dych chi'n rhy bell tu ôl ar y sgorfwr. So, sut sgwrs fydd o'n gael?
Wel, mae nhw'n lladd ei hun yn ystod hanner cyntaf, am bron tair cais fan nhw'n lladd ei hun. Ond mae'n wneud yn dda pan mae cafon nhw cyfle ar diwedd y hanner. Felly, jyst fwy o cyfleoedd, llai o camgymeriadau.
A dyma'r cais gan Glynebwy oedd wedi rhoi bach o wynt yn ei hwliau wrth fynd i'r eisteddlau yna.
Ie, mae pawb yn gweithio'n galed, mae pawb yn mynd trwy'r cymalau, yn gweithio'n galed i croesi llinell fantais. Pob un sydd yn cael y bel fan hyn, maen nhw'n mynd ymlaen, mae'n siarp dda fyna, maen nhw'n gweld y cyfle ar ochr ardal y tacl, a maen nhw'n neud dda i croesi, a oedd yn cais bwysig iawn. Siom nad oedd Rhys Jones yn gallu cael y 2 pwynt arall, ond yn sicr bydd y neges yn yr ail hanner i cadw'r bel fel yna.
Be fydd Steve Law yn dweud ta? Fydd o'n hapus efo perfformiad i dîm, achos yn amlwg, dyn ni bod yn sôn camgymeriadau gan Glynebwy, ond Caerdydd yn bod yn arbennig yn bob ardal y chwarae chwaith.
Wel, mae Steve Law byth yn hapus. Mae'n cymeriad grumpy iawn, ond na, bydd e ddim yn hapus gyda'r perfformiad. Gormod y camgymeriad y Caerdydd, a pan chi'n edrych ar y ddau tîm, chi ddim yn disgwyl gweld y camgymeriadau o Caerdydd. Nhw'n chwarae un gêm yn fwy na Glynebwy, ond jyst y safon o chwaraewyr, chi'n disgwyl fwy o chwaraewyr y safon uchel.
Reita, gwn i bach o hoi ymeliad fach, os mae Nicky a Lauren ar wrth ochr y cae. Ysgwn i be mae Nicky feddwl o'r hanner cyntaf yna.
Ie, diolch o fain i'n cadw symud lawr fan hyn. Mae'n braf, ond mae'n oer, Nicky, ti wedi brysio lawr o'r pwynt sylwebu. Ti wedi synnu braidd fod Glynebwy wedi ffeindio ffordd nôl mewn i'r gêm ddwywaith, bod nhw wedi colli 2 chwaraewr, bod nhw wedi bod o dan bwysau yn y sgrym?
Ie, mae'n lot o'r pwysau ar hyn yn dyn nhw, camgymeriadau, cic-gos, Cardiff Melyn. a chi'n tynnu'r y tair cais mae Cardydd wedi cael o camgymeriadau Glyn Ebbw, yn wedig i cicio trwy. Ti'n bach o look i Cardydd, chwn mae bys y Glyn Ebbw reit yn y gêm. Oedd yn bwysig bod nhw'n cael rhywbeth, roi ti'n bach o sbard yn nhw, cyn hanner amser gyda'r cais na. Pam nhw gyda'r bêl yn dwylo, maen nhw edrych yn weddol peryglis. Maen nhw'n pwerus, maen nhw'n croesi'r llell fantes, a maen nhw'n chwarae gyda dwysedd yn eu gêm nhw. Ond y problem am ddiffynol, mae Cardydd yn sgorio to bach yn rhy hawdd. Yn siŵr bydd tîm y ffordd i, fel Andrew Cwm wedi dweud, bod Steve Law ddim yn hapus gyda hwnna. Gorfod y camgymeriadau, safle gosod o dan pwysau. Mae Glyn Ebbw yn rhoi nhw dan pwysau o gwmpas ar y dacl. Chwaraewyr dros y bêl, Jonathan Evans troi'n dros, y young boys fyna hefyd yn troi'r bêl drosodd. Felly mae'n rhoi nhw dan pwysau, ond dwi ddim wedi gweld Cardydd wir yn dal man i'r gêm yma a dangos bod nhw yn y tîm well, bod nhw'n cryf a nhw'n gallu rheoli'r gêm.
Nes i sôn am y 3 chais nath Cardydd sgorio, oedd un o'n nhw yn cais cosp. Dwi'n gwybod Andrew Coombs yn anghytuno gyda'r penderfyniad. Be oedd dy farn di?
Wel, mae'n cig dda yn y lle cyntaf gan Harrison James, ond fel nath Andrew dweud, mae Ryan Evans yn rhy araf. Dyle lle ddim fod fan yn lle cyntaf. Wrth gwrs, Matthew Gobangwyr yn gyflym iawn, ond mae'n chaso'r bêl, mae'n moyn cael y bêl. I fi, ddim cwy'n siŵr bod y Cardyn fel un a cais gosb. Fi'n credu bod mae rhaid Gobangwyr plygu lawr a pigo'r bêl lawn. Fi'n credu bod yn cig gosb, yn bendant, achos mae Ryan Evans yn dal mlaen iddo fe. O'r ongl na, mae'n edrych bys y Cabango ond i fi tyma bach yn onlwcus fyna. Mae cwbl o penderfyniadau mynd yn erbyn Glyn Ebbw, ond fel chi'n dweud, dylai gwaglu ddim fod fyna. Doedd dim Ryan Evans, ddim rhaid i'r hedfan lan fel nath e. Os bys yn, mae rhaid i'r sgellio o'r ochr arall dod rownd fyna a cael hos y felly fel lawr. Ond mae Cabango dangos dwywaith pa mor gyflym yw yn chaso'r cics trwy.
A fel maswr, pan ti'n gwybod bod chwaraewr fel Cabango gyda ti ar yr asgell, ti'n gwybod dwi ti bod y gêm gicio ni'n peryglis iawn, achos mae'n rhoi'r rhy cefn o dan fwysau.
Mae'n gweithio'r ddwy ffordd. Mae'n bwysig bod yr asgellwyr yn chaso'r bêl na, achos mae Cabango wedi chwarae tyma bach gyda Fish nawr. Mae'n gwybod bod Dan Fish yn edrych am y gwagle. Pob tro, fel mae Dan Fish, pan mae'r chwarae'n mynd ymlaen, mae'n edrych os yna gwagle i'r chwith neu'r dde, yw'r asgellwyr lan yn fflat lle mae'n gallu dyddio game cico fe. Felly mae'r asgellwyr nawr yn dysu ac yn wylio dwrus am hwnna. Dyw e ddim yn gwybod pam chi fyna, mae cyfleu fel yna mynd i dod, felly mae'n gweithio ddwy ffordd. Mae Fish yn gwybod hynny, ond mae Cabango yn gwybod bod y cics yn dod trwy hefyd.
Ti'n meddwl bydd y ffaith bod nhw wedi sgorio, Glyn Ebbw wedi sgorio ar ôl 37 munud yn ddigon i droi momentum y gêm yma?
Dim i fi, ond mae'n diddorol achos o dechrau'r gêm oedd scrum Cardydd wedi rhoi Glyn Ebbw dan lot fawr o pwysau. Wedyn, a diwedd ar hanner, Glyn Ebbw yn edrych bod nhw yn gryf yn y scrum hefyd. Felly, mae tybach o gwyn nawr tu nôl i Cardydd. Fi dal yn gweld Dan Fish yn cico'r bêl yn hir a rhoi Glyn Ebbw dan pwysau. Fi'n credu bydd Cardydd moyn chwarae gêm lot fwy clinigol, cadw'r bêl, mynd trwy'r cymalau, achos pam nhw yn rhoi Glyn Ebbw dan pwysau, ond sy'n chyni mae Glyn Ebbw dal yn y gêm. Wel, os yw'n sgorio gyntaf, maen nhw'n nôl yn ni. Mae'r 10 munud cyntaf yn holl bwysig.
Amser i ti hasio nôl at pwynt sylwebu. Cardydd sydd wedi ennill y gêm yma, maen nhw wedi ennill 4 gwaith yn olynol yn erbyn Glyn Ebbw, yn ici meddwl yr un fydd y stori heno. Nôl ato chi, Andrew ac Owain.
Welcome back to English commentary for the second half with myself, Phil Steele, and former Cardiff and Wales three-quarter Nicky Robinson. 22-8. The half-time score as Dan Fish just gets Cardiff going.
Forward into touch, option, scrum or line.
I understand there was a problem with the level of the commentary early on, the English language commentary. I hope that's been sorted. Thanks for those of you that pointed it out. So what's Ebbw's game plan at the start of the second half, Nicky?
Again, please, okay?
I said, Phil, give me 20 seconds before you ask me a question. I was about 2. Get my breath back. Look, I think they obviously know when they actually keep ball and go through the phases, they look quite dangerous. So I think it's all about trying to hold on to ball a bit, but discipline obviously been poor in that half, isn't it? They've 2 yellow cards and a couple of silly penalties, but I think around the breakdown they put Cardiff under pressure, haven't they? I think they'll continue to do that. Keep trying to turn any ball over they can around there.
They've got a bit of a yellow card still to hold out at the moment, Ebbw.
Crouch.
We've not seen the best of the Cardiff back division in that first half. It's fair to say, although Tio Tabango scored 1 try and made a penalty try, but we haven't seen really all in concert and flowing yet.
No, you're right there, Phil. They haven't kind of grasped the game and dominated any passages of play. They've scored drive on a driving line out and then 2 tries from kicks through, so they haven't actually built into the game, and I think Ebbw Vale were disappointed that far behind, but it's all their mistakes. I think Cardiff, you're right, would look to try and go through the phases a bit more to get some of these young players, these young backs that we've mentioned, Harrison James, Johan Evans, Ryan Davis, guys like that, get them into the game, get their hands on the ball.
So we did see Ebbw starting to get on top in the scrums latterly in that first half. Let's see how this one goes. Referee not happy with that one.
Time is off.
And both front rows getting a come here, lovely boys.
First half of scrimmage, then. That is not up to the standard. Both sides. You know what I expect? It needs to be slow. There needs to be gap between the... Excuse me, number 1, I haven't finished. You need to listen, you need to react to what I'm saying, boys. It needs to be slow and controlled. Once we get that, we can get the ball in and we can play some rugby. Clear? Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Aled Evans making himself heard in no uncertain terms to the front rows.
Exactly. Okay.
See if it makes a difference. Oh, no, quite.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think he's going to give a free kick to someone, isn't he? He's going to give... Exactly the start of the second half we were hoping for, Phil.
No, it's the scrum will have its own postcode if it takes much longer. There's another good one by Ebbw. Lewis Young picked it off the back. Evans back to Rhys Jones. It's down the breadbasket of Cabango. Evans with the dink and dare. Beetham put down on his own 10-metre line. It's Fish. Powell's kick ahead, only as far as Fish. A lovely hands from Fish, and here go Cardiff. Johan Evans into the 22. Rhys Jones covering back, and he did well. The fly half. And a Amazing exit by Ebbw, although Cardiff have played it on, but they did really well to get out of that tight spot. Ryan Davis for Cardiff. Jordan Thomas is equal.
Half a chance for Cardiff then. Beetham could have found his man. There was definitely plenty of space.
Ebbw will get the counter ruck and have turned it, I think.
Let it come.
No.
Release.
And it's attritional and abrasive at the start of the second half. What's Fish got? Ebbw's first up tackling is good.
Keep moving.
There's space on the outside of Cardiff could get some quick ball, but Ebbw Vale keeps slowing that ball down, so they're getting numbers around the corner and stopping Cardiff and get outside them.
Fish to Bradley. Penalty to Ebbw.
And this time Alex Howe tries scoring the first half and straight over the ball there, clear as day. Big release, arms up in the air, showing that he's released from the tackle. He's managed to get over the top of the ball. There was a couple of chances there for Cardiff from that kick from when Ebbw Vale tried to clear their lines. This is the turnover. Fish has gone flat. Howe's in the tackle. You can see lift his arms clear as day over there. And the Cardiff clear out just missed him. So there's a couple of chances where Cardiff have gone short. They've gone out wide. Wouldn't be surprised if Mesh is going on to Fish to go, look, try and get out the back of those forward runners, try and get some space, get outside Ebbw Vale, because there's definitely space on the outside of them.
Now what have Ebbw got from this line out? Good off the top ball. And they've got over the gain line, and here's a good chance for Dom Franchi. Just forward though, and Franchi had found a bit of daylight in that Cardiff back division.
Yeah, the first offload looked a little flat, to say the least. But the second one was definitely forward. So good carry. Lovely little offload there. And there's Owen Young trying to get the ball free. You don't mind that. Thinking this, you can just get away. There's good support line from Franchi. I think if that's flat, it could have been in there. It was a little bit forward.
Bind. Set.
Ethan Lloyd.
Let him run.
Fish. Kick chase good by Ebbw. It's the Cardiff 10 metres line.
Advantage. You're so late for the throw.
Advantage to Cardiff. Here's Ryan Davis. He's got some gas on the outside. Ethan Phillips did well to put him down, but still Cardiff are going. And this is going to be the bonus point try. And it's the scrum half, Ethan Lloyd, who finishes it off. The excellent pace from Ryan Davis down that left-hand side. Cardiff didn't need the penalty, kept it in hand. And running a good support line was Ethan Lloyd.
Yeah, great run down the wing from Ryan Davis. Said there's an advantage for Cardiff, but they've decided to go wide. Big pass over the top. Ryan Davis knew as soon as he got it in his hands, ball in his hands, he just backed his pace straight off. He's gone right on the outside. No, it's in and out then, and he's managed to just get his hand free. And really good support. I think Evan Yardley was supporting there, as all good props do on the wing. We see here, ball would ideally be in his left hand, but he's backed himself. He's gone in and out. And a really nice, good finish, 2-on-1. And Cardiff have scored down. Instead, there was some space on the outside, and that's the first time Cardiff have really executed it well and got outside of Ebbw Vale.
Yeah, 49 years ago today, just across the way, there was somebody else who had the ball in the wrong hand, running up the left-hand touchline. It didn't do him any harm, though. That was 49 years ago today, the Barbarians New Zealand game. Yeah, Gareth Edwards, of course. Ball in the wrong hand. Did you spot it?
A couple of forward passes. No, there wasn't. Of course there wasn't.
Conversion is missed. But Cardiff have got a comfortable lead now, 27 points to 8. Bonus point in the bag as well.
Really powerful runner, isn't he, Ryan? I know he ran into touch a couple of times in the first half, but he backs himself, doesn't he? Every time he gets it, he's gone. And a good offload, and as all good scrum halves are, always supporting on the inside.
So Ebbw would need to score next, you would think, to have any chance of getting back into this. They are back up to 14.
Hold one!
As Fish probes with that left boot.
Inside.
Ryan Evans, the fullback.
Yeah. See, now is the time you're slightly concerned about Ebbw Vale now. If they'd have scored first and maybe got themselves back into it, give them a bit of a lift, but the fact they know it's going to be hard to come back 27-8 down.
2 and 10 green.
So how's it going to be for them?
Change of hooker, Harry B coming on.
And 10 green.
As well as
10 green.
Richard Powell. Well, Powell has got vast experience at Premiership level, scored well over 1,000 points for Bedwas. Also played for Merthyr. And Harry B at hooker, just 21. Product of the Blaenavon club. Fish with fly paper hands to Johan Evans.
Hold line. Okay.
You're looking for the 50-22 again. Ryan Evans was back in a good position though. He's beat them on halfway. Morgan Allen makes it up to the 10-metre line. Cardiff on the front foot again.
No, put.
It's Bradley in the van. That's lovely and quick as well. Fish just orchestrating matters at will now with plenty of ball.
Move. Let it come. Don't pull it.
Fish
in front.
Looking for Ryan Davis. And this time he is
11 in front.
done for being in front.
Yes. Let him
And
run.
Ebbw are off and running. Jonathan Evans over the 10-metre line.
Yes. Stay out. No. Don't come.
And the space on the outside of Ebbw Vale can get the ball there. Cardiff have got forwards in their line. So Ebbw Vale were calling for it wide. They've still got a couple of forwards in their back line. Cabanga's asking for some help.
Out. First one on his feet.
Countley will seem to lose it going forward, but being hacked through by Jonathan Evans.
Hold for, yeah.
And Ryan Davis clears up, only as far as Ryan Evans though. And Powell, former Bridgend and Aberravon player, lots of Premiership experience.
I think there could be a chance of some tired bodies in front. Fish will definitely look for the space in the backfield.
And is that a wonderful 50-22 from Dan Fish? Well, he's become something of an expert at this. Once again, a wand of a boot from Dan Fish.
Don't obstruct.
Yeah, measured that perfectly, even a bit of left to right on it. Lovely strike, knew there was space there. I was going to criticise him actually. I think he's kicked the ball a little bit too much this half. There's times where he's been probably looking to kick a bit too much instead of keeping the ball and go through the phases, but that was the one. Definitely the chance to do it. Found that space.
A couple more subs on for Cardiff. Alex Everett.
And green 9 as well.
In the back row, and Ellis Bevan, the Cardiff Met student, on at scrum half.
Okay, time on.
Such a weapon, that 50-22, from just outside your 22 to a set play 5 metres from the line.
Changing fines.
Yeah, I like the change in the rule. And Cardiff definitely like the change of the rule.
That's a business class try for Cardiff at the back of that. Maul And it's Alan Rees, who played in Europe.
Not many times you say a driving maul. The credit should go to the fly half from the driving maul there, but it was Dan Fisher's inch perfect kick that gave them the opportunity to get that line out. Obviously they've got to execute then, and they've showed us if they get the line out right, the Ebbw Vale forwards they splinter off so easily, and it ends up that's yet again Cardiff forwards have got no one in front of them apart from their own men. So they keep the ball at the back really well, keep that structure, and Ebbw Vale just can't stop it. There's that inevitability once they get the ball down and they get that structure right that they're going to get that try. It's hard for Ebbw Vale now. They've got to show that character they showed in the first half because they're up against it now. I guess this is when the confidence, the lack of that Ebbw Vale have had a tough season so far.
So Beetham converts, and Cardiff are over the 30 mark. And still in the third quarter. So has this got after the watershed written all over it as far as Ebbw Vale are concerned?
Well, there's a long 25 minutes, isn't it, if Cardiff start to keep the ball and Ebbw Vale need to try and get some possession from somewhere. I think they can afford to keep kicking the ball away.
Short kick-off taken by Beetham.
Yeah, fine.
Ellis Bevan back to Fish. Ryan Evans.
Stay 19.
Oh, he's got another 50-22, I think. Well, or did he take anybody's
yeah,
for the mark?
I heard the mark come up here.
Yeah? Marked him first? Or he's in touch first? In touch first, thank you. Yeah.
Well, I said, he called the mark, but I think he's still juggling with the ball. Right? I'm sure I heard him shout the mark.
Green.
It was a great kick from Beetham this time. Really long, he's got a lovely long kick. Oh, is it?
No.
Did well to take it going over his shoulder, didn't he, Richard Powell?
Yeah, it was a good kick from Beetham. It's given Cardiff another opportunity.
How much is this practice now, Nicky, this 50-22 by teams, pro teams, semi-pro teams, club teams?
I think it's the awareness now how much of a weapon it can be, and it's the backfield coverage that teams have to be really aware of. And when you get in those kicking battles, you make sure you cover those, because you'll see more and more people going for broke, maybe going for those 5 metre lines, trying to bounce it out, because it's a huge weapon and a huge opportunity.
But here's Alan Rees fancying his chances again at the back of the maul.
Okay, still moving forward.
Cardiff spinning it to the left, but they've still got forward momentum, which is the important thing.
3 pulling down. Collapse by 3. 3 pulling down.
Penalty given against Rob Sevenhooks for pulling the maul down.
3 pulling. Time is off. Captain, please. Yep.
Ebbw Vale defended that a lot better that time, didn't they?
So the last 2 times we've been down here now, I've got a side entry from 4th maul, and then I've got the new tighter prop collapse. Okay, have a chat with them, please. 60 seconds.
A couple of Ebbw subs have come on.
Discipline in here, please. No, listen to him. Listen to him.
Dave Whiting on. Former Worcester player. Worcester Rugby Club, that is, not Worcester Warriors, the pro team. And he also played top-class club rugby in Australia. Dave Whiting.
I just saying, Ebbw Vale did a lot better. They disrupted that maul. Penalty given for collapsing it. It looked as if Cardiff had lost the ball.
Maul.
And it's almost straight off the training ground now for Cardiff with these lineouts.
Outside.
A couple of backs joining in as well.
No.
They're over the line. In this case, can they get it down? Yes, they can. I assume that it's Alan Rees again, is it? Well, the 50-22 has been a massive weapon for Cardiff, and 2 almost identical tries.
Yeah, again, Ebbw Vale, as soon as the ball went down, they tried to disrupt it, start pushing Cardiff back, but Cardiff had a few extra players joining them because they'd shortened the line out down. As soon as the referee let them come join the maul, they got the momentum. A few extra players helped to get the ball over the line. Again, they looked really good with that maul.
Yeah, Alan Rees. And this to take the Blue and Blacks over 40 from Jacob Beetham.
You think of how many points that Cardiff have scored from their kicking game. 2 tries in the first half, kick through, and then the 50-20 from Dan Fish, and Beetham's kick to put him down there. There's 28 points from the way they've kicked, and showing the weapons they've got with Beetham and Fish.
Another 2 for Beetham. Cardiff go over the 40 point, 41-8 now. And still more than 20 minutes to play. So it's suddenly, from half-time, he was saying if Ebbw could use that scrum as a weapon, from saying that around about the half-time mark, it's suddenly damage limitation for the Gwent club.
Yeah, it says scored 2 tries really quickly there, Cardiff. Ebbw Vale need to try to get some more. An error from Cardiff, so Ebbw Vale get some possession, at least keep hold of it.
Ethan Doyle, the Long Locks, Premiership winner with Ebbw Vale in 2016. And they famously beat Pontypridd, of course, at Sardis Road. Under the captaincy of Damien Hudd, great character of the Premiership. The tattoo man, as he was known.
Yeah, he's on the ball originally. Holds in, 2 on his feet.
Another penalty to Cardiff. And what's Fish spotted on this right-hand side? Well, he spotted Cabango, and he's got a bit of space on the outside. If he gets round his man, well, I thought he might have pinned his ears back, but he just seemed to steady himself and concede a penalty as well.
First one in from Green on his feet.
Yeah, really good scramble defence from Ebbw Vale.
Okay.
Good awareness from Dan Fish and Cabango. They work well together tonight. It's a lovely kick from Fish again. Gives it to him. You know there's only one way Cabango's going. Is on the outside. Stands up his man. But really good cover defence from Ebbw Vale. 4 of them get across. Tackle, back on the feet.
And here's Ewan Priest-Jones. And he can move as well. Cardiff attacking down that left-hand side. Ebbw will get it back. No, on the halfway line. And now the game's opening up. Fish, he spotted another 50-22 opportunity. Not quite. So another sub on for Cardiff, Ewan Priest-Jones.
Another one from the Glantav conveyor belt.
Yeah,
Seeley.
Via Haiti. He was born actually in Haiti and then came over to North Wales and then to Cardiff. And yes, he was a Glantav lad.
Double Glantav on the wings, haven't we?
Yeah. I can think of some other luminaries of Glantav as well. Of course, they were coached by the legendary Kerry Evans, who sadly died during the lockdown. Great servant of schoolboy rugby. Welsh schools cap himself. Kerry Evans played a bit for Cardiff and then went into refereeing and did great work for Glantav.
Yeah, wonderful, amazing bloke.
Okay, time off.
I'm sure he'd be very proud to see 2 of his former charges on the field now.
Yep, very true.
Probably the greatest player that Haiti have ever produced, would you say? Ewan Priest-Jones?
If you had 3 Ebbw Vale forwards land on you.
It's a fair shout, that would, I'd say. I know, promising young talent. Heard about him coming through Glantav ranks.
Yeah, who else came through? There was yourself, your brother, of course, Jamie. There was Chris Patchell, Jamie Roberts.
Oh, right, just stop naming the players that are the best of the Jamie.
It's not far short of an international back division that have come through Glantav.
Not many forwards there. You can tell where the way we like to play the game.
Shouldn't forget as well David Williams, who did a lot of work at Glantav, PE teacher.
Yeah.
Former Glamorgan Wanderers and Pontypool, 3/4.
Hugh Harries,
of course, yeah.
Scrum half.
Yeah. Cardiff and Bridgend, wasn't he?
Yeah, certainly Cardiff. Yes, he was, yeah.
So Ewan Priest-Jones, just the latest.
It will be
Johan Lloyd, who's
Yeah, I saw him play for Bristol last Saturday, yeah. Quick.
Yeah,
playing in the centre. Playing in the centre.
Yeah, shame he went off after 20 minutes, but looked good at centre. He's been playing on the wing as well.
There's Ewan Priest-Jones, you were just talking about. And Alex Gray, the Wales Sevens player, is coming on.
Okay, scramble green ball.
Ebbw. Di Young, the Cardiff rugby coach.
Great to see his boys playing. Saw them as young lads when I was
Yeah, they were in the academy here, weren't they?
Yeah, well, they were in the academy when I was playing 15 years ago. He was, they were young kids,
combinations with Satland.
And of course, the young family had a bit of a scare on the weekend.
Yeah, so Thomas went off, but he's fine. As I saw Owen earlier.
Second, let's go.
Asked how his brother was. He said, yeah, he's fine. I said, how long did it take you to give him some stick for being soft? He said about 3.5 minutes, I think, and he knew he was fine. And then we had 3 back rows, you can tell. Imagine what was going on in that house when they were growing up.
Keep it up. It was it.
Matthew Flanagan is on as scrum half as well for Ebbw Vale. He's the brother of Di Flanagan, former Cardiff Blues fly half, and now on the coaching staff at the Scarlets.
Move.
So 18 minutes to go.
Advantage. Okay, wait. He's not moving. Wait a second. You're not moving originally. But,
of course, no relegation in the Premiership this year, Nicky.
Okay.
So, not
he doesn't move initially,
the pressure on Ebbw Vale or teams that are struggling a bit that they would normally be.
Yeah, and obviously give someone like Jason Strange some time to get his squad together, and there isn't that pressure to stay in the Premiership.
Jack Maynard on for Cardiff, 27-year-old, former Wales Sevens, of course. Scored a lot of points for Llandovery.
I don't think Fishy was too happy about coming off there. He's enjoying his rugby sale. Wanted to dazzle us with a few more kicks in the next 17 minutes.
Good ball off the top for Ebbw.
No, not on it. Tackle, release.
Yeah, and Ebbw Vale, of course, can rebuild, use this season to perhaps rebuild, and one of the great clubs of Welsh rugby. And it's important, Nicky, that the Premiership does have representatives of the big name clubs in Wales, the traditional clubs.
All the way,
yeah, of course it does. It's a huge area, isn't it? Huge rugby area in Ebbw Vale.
Right, are we going to see a run for Priest-Jones over on that far side? Here he goes. Oh, lovely pass inside as well, and here's another try for Cardiff. Well, it was Priest-Jones who set it going. I think it was Jack Maynard up in support. And, well, we did say he was a bit rapid. And he was lightning down that left wing. There he is.
Yeah, electrifying down that wing, wasn't he? So we were saying how good Ryan Davis looked, but it's a turnover ball. Get the ball wide. So really good hands from Ellis Bevan. Priest-Jones so well, doesn't he? Uses pace on the outside, holding the ball in the left hand, gets on the outside, then knows there's support on the inside.
Yeah, Ellis Bevan.
He actually is really well here. He just flicked it out. Low pass, backs himself. And that's the important bit for me. You got the speed here on Priest-Jones, but have you got the awareness then to know that you have to slow down, wait for support, and finish off the movement? As much as you set something up, it always looks better when someone else finishes it off as well.
Yeah, Ellis Bevan with the try. Just a correction there. In fairness, Jack Maynard was inside him.
Yeah, and he's got dark hair as well.
If needed.
No, it was good play from Cardiff. So turnover, get the ball wide. That's where the space is.
Say Ganga. I can't hear you.
Although we do have a check for a forward pass.
I've got nothing.
No, if he'd have passed to Jack Maynard, it wouldn't have been forward.
Okay. I haven't
didn't look forward at all.
Okay, but we need to check it, yeah? Okay, thank you.
Not sure.
Hey, Gar, come with me, because I'm not getting any of that. I can't hear him. So if you can ask him what we're looking for, yeah? Wait,
no,
you got me?
that's not forward.
Okay.
No, that's not forward. That's ball. You can see his hands are going flat or backwards as he passes it. You can see the hand movement.
Could you hear me, guys?
Okay. Yeah.
Right, he released the pass on the 10.
Once again, please, Wayne.
Yeah.
Can you tell me
slowly.
what you're looking for, yeah?
Forward pass by the winger of Cardiff. He passes the ball just by the 10-metre line. He's caught about 2 yards in front, if you look.
Well, the first thing you'd say, Bevan was definitely behind him, wasn't he? Quite a way behind him when the pass was. Is that just physics?
Can you show me that once again, please, Wayne, in real time?
But it's the momentum, isn't it, when you're running forward, that we can see his hands have not gone forward. That's the important bit for
Wayne,
me.
once again, please, in real time for me.
Of course, the ball's going to travel forward because of the momentum running forward. But that's not what you look at.
Yeah, Wayne, I'm not seeing a clear and obvious forward pass there. For me, I'm going to stick with the on-field decision of a try.
Okay, fine, yeah, fine.
Well, it was worth a try, wasn't it? Deserved a try, that's what we'll say.
I mean,
try, yeah.
Slightly needless because that didn't look forward at any way, shape or form, did it? There was no complaints. It looked like a really solid try. Just slowed the game down, unfortunately.
Beetham to improve it from the touchline, perhaps? No, so it remains 46 points to 8.
Well, I'd have been disappointed if we'd bigged up such a great run and pass, so they'd have called it back for a forward pass, which it clearly wasn't. So the right decision in the end, and again, really good play from Cardiff.
And Ebbw, has to be said, look a bit tired and dejected now.
Whereas Cardiff brought the subs on and really keen to get the ball wide and get the ball in some dangerous runners' hands.
Advantage from his neck.
We didn't see enough of in the first half, I think, Phil. Seeing where their strengths are.
Round his neck, 12 penalty only.
And Ebbw have conceded 70 points in 2 of their last 3 outings to Cardiff Arms Park.
Just trying to get a hand on the ball, and they haven't had anything in the second half to really go through the phases and put some pressure on Cardiff. And they did a bit in the first half at times, so they really struggled to get anything going. Been trying to defend for the majority of this half. That could be in trouble as well.
Not a realistic bit certain to catch. Hand is outstretched. Covered across, no potential line break, just a pen.
I think that could easily be in a yellow as well, couldn't it? When you put your hand out like that and deliberately knock the ball down, he was never in any position to catch that ball. I think the referee's possibly got a little bit of sympathy for the scoreline and the game, and I don't blame him either.
Yeah, of course, in the amateur era, if a game was a bit one-sided, referees could blow up, had discretion to blow up, didn't they, to avoid hammering. But of course with leagues, once the leagues came in and points difference and so on, that had to go out the window. So it's a long 80 minutes sometimes. Ebbw get possession from that line out.
Stay.
Devon getting Cardiff going. Long pass to Priest-Jones. And all the Cardiff forwards as well, keen to get a bit of the action. Lovely quick ball again for Bevan. And here's a chance if they can get the ball to Cabango, but not a great pass.
Set, 200.
quite a kind way of saying that was a shocker for that one, wasn't it?
Okay, let's go, Vince.
So it was a clear 2-on-1. Actually, Cardiff did really well. You can see now they're exploiting the space on the outside of the Ebbw Vale defence. Jacob Beetham there, 2-on-1. You're thinking, give the ball to Cabango and see if you can finish that off.
It's Di Rees there, former Newport, Newbridge and Wales B fullback and coach, of course.
Well held. That's okay.
Was out in Hong Kong for a while. And now teaching at rugby in a private school in Sussex, I think, or somewhere in England, Di Rees. Great contributor to Welsh rugby. And a fine player in his time as well. There's Maynard with the banana kick.
Going off that, so just over it.
This win would take Cardiff to the top of the Premiership table. It's the very early days. It's only their third game. And Ebbw's first.
Ball! Line that over. Okay, out now. 20 out.
Alan Rees is in there somewhere with the ball again.
That's okay.
It's Johan Evans with the outside break.
Release.
James Richards as well involved.
Mercy, it's accidental obstruction. Oh, easy, you're going to fall over him.
And it's form an orderly queue now as far as Cardiff are concerned. They have so much possession.
Yeah, just getting each other's way there. They know that if they go through the phases, they're going to create an opportunity. Obviously, when you're making all the substitutions coming on, sometimes it can lose a bit of your flow.
The other thing, I mean, you're pretty close to Cardiff rugby still, Nicky. The other thing is Cardiff, they've actually started calling this team, the RFC team, the Rags again, in deference to Cardiff Athletic, the second team that used to be called the Rags for years. That comes back, going back to the early days of the game where the second team of Cardiff didn't have proper kit and they were called the Rags, and that's how that. But they obviously, the Cardiff Pro team obviously see the Cardiff RFC as an integral part of the rugby operation now.
Yeah, and I think at times when they went regional, there was definitely there wasn't that kind of singing off the same hymn sheet at time with the RFC and the region.
Oh, here he goes again, Ewan Priest-Jones, and that's try number 8 for Cardiff. He won't score many easy ones than that in his career, which we hope is a long and fruitful one.
Yep, didn't need to show all of his speed, showed a bit of it. But it was a really good offload. So Ebbw Vale definitely running out of steam and have done the last 10-15 minutes. So Beetham carries. Simple as pick up from Ellis Bevan. Saw those space on the blind side. So Ebbw Vale slow chasing that kick.
And unlike the guy who scored the try next door 49 years ago today, he has the ball in the left hand.
He does, yeah. He looks comfortable in that, isn't he? I think he's definitely a left winger, the way he holds the ball there. He's a very natural athlete.
Cardiff over 50. Yeah, you were just saying, Nicky, we'll just watch Jacob Beetham attempt this conversion, and we'll perhaps chat a little bit more about what Cardiff are doing with this, the Rags side now. Beetham just trying to draw it round, which he does successfully. 53 points to 8. Cardiff lead. Yeah, you were saying that in the early days of regionalism, for want of a better word, the Cardiff RFC team was a bit separate. Now they've made this definite decision to integrate them.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, the rebranding last year to change from Cardiff Blues to Cardiff Rugby, and obviously with the Cardiff Rugby here as well, Cardiff RFC. There should be that synergy there, working together and bringing players through, and I think they definitely hope he feels more of that. Obviously, Di Young, I think, would be really pushing that as well. Obviously, as a former Cardiff RFC player as well, before he went to regional, he knows what the region and the club's all about.
Cardiff still have it. That's the Ebbw Vale 22 in the background. And is it going to go to that left-hand side again? Burgled by Ebbw. Cabango going back for Cardiff. Richard Powell for Ebbw. The reception committee dead on halfway waiting for him.
Ball! Who's it?
Ebbw, they're going to have to use or lose this.
It's a ball taken in.
And it's a lose.
The ball is called fish.
Yeah, it would be beneficial to the Premiership then if more of the clubs had more of an integration with the pro clubs in their region.
You'd hope that would be the same for all of them, isn't it? Obviously, it's not just Cardiff in this region, is it? We've got Pontypridd and Merthyr, of course, so it can't just be the one club, it's all the clubs feeding. But see, they've got their own agendas and they need to look after what's important to them and their supporters as well, because they've got long histories as well, and they want success and they want those clubs to go well, and that's having good players there, young players coming through, mixing with some experienced players. As we've seen tonight from Cardiff with some of the guys they've got here with lots of youngsters, and that's where you want to see some good rugby and some young players coming through.
Here's Beetham. Cabango loitering with intent. First outside him, then inside him, then he does the rucking. Sean Moore, former Ponty player.
Release.
Exhibition stuff now from Cardiff.
Good.
Beetham again.
There's space there. If he'd kept that on field, there was nobody back. So it would have been a run in if he could manage to keep that ball in on the park. See the good switch back down the blinds, and then to be able to the awareness to put the grubber kick through.
Another question sort of about the Premiership is how much does say a young prop coming out of an academy, or even still in the academy at 18, 19, is it better for him to prop against the likes of Rob Sevenoaks, you know, a tough butcher but a semi-pro, or is it better for him to prop against somebody else from a different pro team in an academy setting, someone of his own age?
Yeah, interesting to see the differences actually where you look at the backs and forwards, and I think the forwards with the props as well they learn, and it's experience, isn't it? But and props, you've got youngsters out here, 18, 19-year-old wingers. See, when Priest Jones coming on, it's hard for props to develop later because it's a size thing. It's developing that physique. Most props won't come through till they're a bit older, 21, 22, 23. So it's
well, there's the man of the match, as decided by Nicky Robinson and Andrew Coombs. It is the hooker, Alan Rees. Here's a couple of his tries. These were armchair tries, though he's been really excellent all around the field throughout the game, Alan Rees. Those two tries really the icing on the cake of a typical industrious display by him.
Yeah, and I think he said around the park has been good. The line out's a little bit shaky at the start, but they managed to sort those problems out. Sure, he'll be delighted with the performance.
Yeah, it's a very good debate, that, isn't it, about the Premiership and who plays where and who learns what, and it's still, you listen to different arguments, and all the arguments have merit, and it's still not really sorted, is it?
They're not sorted then, Phil, for you. Backs can come on young, the forwards need to wait a bit, but you're right, I think the experience of the props get of people that know how they'll get. I think it's important that they're playing rugby and experiencing it, whether that's here or at their own level, with their own age group. I think it's, you see lots of players and lots of watch rugby on S4C with Rugby Power in the colleges. You have Phil as well. See these players come through and they really shine in that school and college environment. And who are the players that can make that step up when you go to senior rugby at this one? See those players who can really shine again, and they're the ones you'll see actually going into and playing regional rugby. You're right, he's getting the miles into the clock, isn't it? In this league, so important to play at a good level.
Harry B tidying things up for Ebbw Vale. Blaenavon boy. Oh, lovely hands from Ethan Doyle, that was.
Tackle, release.
And Ebbw, to their great credit, finishing with a flourish, not giving up the ghost by any stretch. Richard Powell's kick. And Ewan Priest-Jones shows that he's not just quick, he can take the high ball as well. And that's the commentator's curse.
Yeah, I think he was thinking about another try, wasn't he? Quick tap and just sidestep a few people and score another try from the length of the field. All right, took the high ball well, just needs to work on his tap and goes.
Well, Ebbw Vale got the first score of the match. Can they get the final score?
5.
Matthew Flanagan to feed, brother of Dow, as I mentioned earlier.
Keep it square,
another
keep it.
From the Penultra club, terrific club in the RYGBI Valley.
Tackle.
There's great work with mini and juniors and seniors as well. There's Alex Howe. And here could be a final flourish for Vale. Oh, they just... Horlicks on the line. Mike Powell. Well, that sums up Ebbw's night, rather. Lovely hands up until then. And Mike Powell curses the rugby gods.
Oh, no. Lovely work. The draw and give. And he knows he's in, doesn't he? Just one of those ones where he's...
Same process as the
thinking about it, putting the ball down, and that's it. Finish on. He said, finish on a high note. It's really nice. When they've had some decent ball, Ebbw Vale, they've looked their eyes. Just second half, they've really struggled to get any possession.
5.
So is this the last play?
6.
They try a length of the field score, or they're just going to tap it out.
Well, I'm sure that Ewan Priest-Jones will be calling for it. There's Morgan Allen, though. What can he do? He's found support as well. It's that man Bevan again. Will he go all the way, Bevan? He's got Cabango inside him, won't need him, and that is finishing with a flourish for Cardiff. A 9th try for them. Coast to coast they go. Ellis Bevan, the try scorer.
Yeah, Theo Cabango nearly overtook him at one point, desperate to get the ball up around the support line. Ellis Bevan had enough speed to score that try. All made from Morgan Allen. He's carried so well tonight. Such a huge physical presence for Cardiff. Gets the ball. Lovely little offload as well. He's really shone tonight as well. I know Alan Rees got man of the match, but Morgan Allen is such an important cog in this Cardiff RFC wheel.
And conversion to make it to the 60 for Cardiff.
They really turned the screw in the second half. I mean, they were disappointed at half time, but I know all credit to Ebbw Vale. They came out first half and did well, but second half they've shown their class.
And Ellis Bevan, another one who came through the exile system, the Welsh exile. Solihull born, the 21-year-old, but Welsh qualified, picked up by the exiles programme that Paul Turner is involved in. And here he is at Cardiff Met, and now Cardiff. So, final act of the match. Jacob Beetham's radar a little bit awry on that one. There goes the referee's whistle. 9 tries for Cardiff, 1 to Ebbw Vale, and a comprehensive victory for the Blue and Blacks. They've beaten Ebbw Vale by 58 points to 8.
Yn y brif ddinas, Caerdydd, 58, wedyn Ebbw. Mi oedd hi'n un ochrog tir hwnt yma. Yng Nghaerdydd, i tîm y brif ddinas. Bach glosiach oedd hi yn y hanner cyntaf, 3 chais i 1 oedd hi. Nid yn hyfryd Diolch Cyfango a Pigros, diolch i'n reichion at y bwnder. Diolch Cyfango, golygu bod nhw'n rhywbiolaeth ar y hanner. Rioed, chais. Ar eich haw wedi ti bach glosiach yn 22 i 8. Dwi'n gafod y bol i mewn i'r ysbryd sam. Hanner amser. A bod o'n dod allan i'r tîm oedd yn ddi. Diolch Cyfango fanna yn ei chanol i. Dangos na dyn ni'n gili i gyflymster nag oes.
So yn y gêm Allen Rees sy'n cadw cwmni fi yn gynta. Allen, buddugoliaeth heddiannol iawn. 9 cais dwi'n meddwl yn y diwedd, o'n i'n cael trafferth cyfri. Pa mor bles i ti?
Ie, bles iawn, tiwod. Oedd y hanner cynta, o'n i bach yn siomedig mewn yn y hanner amser, o'n i'n gyfnod lan ar y scoreboard. O'n i ddim wedi chwarae rygbi dda, oedd bach yn araf. Ond y cyflymder y gêm di pigo lan o'r ail hanner, a ti'n hapus i gael 58 pwynt wrth hwnna, so ie, fi'n hapus.
Hanner can o bwynt, am 2 gêm nawr yn y gyngrair yn olynol. Chi'n tîm sydd wedi dangos bod chi'n gallu cosbi tîmau mas yn Llydan neu drwy'r Sgarmes fyd?
Odyn, ie, mae gyda mix dyn ni, blaenwyr dda, sgellwyr sy'n gyflym a gallu troi gêm ar ei pen. So ni'n tyfu fel tîm, ni'n mynd yn dda, a gobeithio nawr byddai'n fel dividends ar diwedd y tymor.
Allen, oedd y Sgarmes symudol yn rhywbeth o'ch chi wedi bod yn gweithio am yn penodi bod nhw'n wan yn amddiffyn hwnna yn Glyn Ebbw?
Na, ddim rili Ebbw yn wan, ond mae yna rhywbeth ni wedi bod yn gweithio ar y cwpl wythnosau diwetha. O'n i bach yn siomedig y hanner cyntaf tymor am dragio môl ni, ond ni'n gweithio'n galed yn ymarfer a mae wedi dod mlaen nawr.
A gyda'r gêm yn cyffredinol, chi'n disgwyl Glyn Ebbw cwmpo'r bant yn yr ail hanner?
Na, maen nhw wastad wedi dod gyda pŵer, maen nhw amlad am popeth, so ni ddim yn meddwl nhw'n mynd i drop off, a oedd ni'n mwy clinical, a dod i gyda buddugoliaeth yn y diwedd.
O'n nhw'n brwydro gwmpas ardal y dacl yn dod yn hanner cyntaf yn neud yn eitha scrappy dod. Oedd rhywbeth o'ch chi'n moyn trio symud y bel i ffwrdd o'r ardal na'n enwedig ren ôl nhw, y brodyr Young o gwmpas y bel lot.
Ie, definitely. Oedd dwylo nhw dros y bel i gyd yn y hanner cyntaf. Bach o ball movement yn ni mwy yn yr ail hanner. Chwarae space a wedyn oedd yn well a cadw'r bel wedyn.
Allen, diolch yn fawr. Drefniadur ti fynd, dwi'n mynd i ddod â Theo Cyfango mewn yn syth. O'n i'n clywed digon o gefnogwyr heno yn canu dy enw. Ti'n enw, ti'n wyneb, ni wedi gweld llwyth o dros yr wythnosau diwetha. Pa mor bles i ti bod ti wedi gallu dangos i ni unwaith eto beth ti'n gallu gwneud?
Yn meddwl gêm rili dda. Hanner cyntaf, o'n i'n meddwl bach yn wan, ddim yn chwarae mewn llefydd gywir, ond yr ail hanner, o'n i just dod mas a dangos bawb beth ni'n gallu gwneud a just trio mynd dros llinell cael gais fy hun hefyd.
A pam ti'n meddwl oedd y gwrthgyferbyniad llwyr na rhwng yr hanner cyntaf a'r ail hanner? Lle o'ch chi llawer mwy clinigol da?
Just yn chwarae mewn llefydd cywir a just ddim yn rhoi ein hunan o dan bwysau. A pan mynd i cicer yn y hanner cyntaf, ni jyst wneud hwnna dan bwysau a gallu gweld hwnna. Achos nhw dros ni yn y hanner cyntaf holl gêm, hanner, sori. A ail hanner, o'n i'n chwarae yn y llefydd gywir, nes i o pawb di siarad, be'n ni'n gallu gwiro mewn y gêm, a dath dangos mewn y gêm.
Theo, ni'n mynd i gofyn chwarae gyda rhywun fel Dan Fish, mae gêm cic arbennig o dda. If it ti tiw'r amser edrych pan mae gwaglen yn gwybod bod e'n mynd i roi'r bel yna i ti chaso ar ôl e?
Definitely, mae'r dweud fi aros ar y touchline a os i'n gweld yn beth dysgwyddi a mae'n wastad yn rhoi kicks mewn. Dim pwynt i pa beth llefer ar y cael e, ond just siarad i fe a just gweld y kicks mae'n neud 50-22s wastad pob game. So mae'n definitely rhywbeth i gwylio.
A Theo, yn amlwg ti'n chwarae gyda'r ti wedi chwarae dros y rhan, beth ti'n teimlo bod steil y ddau dîm a'r ffaith bod Griff yn y ffordd i'r ddau dîm yn weddol tebyg a ti'n chwarae'r un steil a'n chwarae gyda'r un rhyddid?
No, definitely, ni just dweud bod just chwarae beth sy'n o flaen chi. Dim os llinell cais ei hunan, os mae'n gwagle, just chwarae iddo fe. A allu definitely gweld hwnna heddiw. So mae'n definitely neis i chwarae fy nhw.
A faint nes ti mwynhau y gêm yna yn erbyn Quinn?
Definitely. An amazing, best experience ever. Hopefully gai gêm arall.
Llongyfarchiadau mawr.
Diolch fawr. Diolch.
Diolch.
Andrew, yn amlwg, hanner canolbwyntiau 9 cais yn y diwedd, ond oedd 10 yn y gêm na, lle ti'n meddwl rhwystredig gyda'r gêm ymasodol?
Achos chi'n gwybod pa mor dda yw Cardydd, chi'n gwybod bod nhw'n gallu cymryd i lan cam arall, a dwi'n meddwl bod Glyneb yn lwcus iawn nad oedd Cardydd ar ei orau yn y hanner cyntaf.
Steve, Andrew just saying there, he felt you had another gear despite it being a very comfortable win. Sum up your thoughts for me.
It takes some doing scoring that amount of points, so, first of all, I was very happy with it. Probably the first half we was a little bit inaccurate when we got in positions where we had scoring opportunities, so we were disappointed with that. I think I'll give Ebbw Vale a bit of credit for that. Very competitive contact area, especially the first half, so made life difficult for us. But probably like to think we could be a little bit more polished over the 80 minutes. But as you can see, as soon as the game broke up a little bit and the opposition tired, there's a hell of a lot of pace out there and X factor.
Steve, they obviously made it hard in the first half. As you said, you weren't very clinical in the opportunities you had. Was it a case of knowing actually Ebbw Vale might come up, the wheels might come off a little bit in that kind of last quarter, knowing what you had, the strength and the speed you had on the bench to come on and take advantage of that?
Yeah, I think we've had some continuity. We've had a number of games, fit side, fast surface. So Ebbw Vale haven't played for a while, so it was in the back of our minds. Didn't take it for granted, but we was always hoping to keep the picture as it was and then change it when they tired.
The players get most of the credit most of the time, Steve, but I think coaches have to make the right calls at the right time, and it just seemed tonight like the players came on right at the right moments. What was you seeing out there?
I just think it's a big part of the game. I think you just don't we try not to put players on by the clock. You try to put them on to make a difference. Some players stay on it. Good players don't go on because they might not make a positive impact, we don't think. So that's what we were just seeing at the right time, hopefully made the right decisions which benefited the game. Look, there's things that's improved as of late which has made the game, our performances into results a bit easier, as in we struggle to score off pressure and driving line-outs. That's improved. Defensive driving line-outs has improved. So the nuts and bolts of the game we're getting better at. We bolt on to the talent we got within in the whole squad and the whole business. We should be competitive every single week.
It was a young team tonight, Steve, and a lot of these guys, the likes of Anstey, Ethan Lloyd, Cabango, they've just signed contract extensions with Cardiff. Without putting too much pressure on their shoulders, how big a future have they got?
It's all up to them, isn't it? It is pressure. It's a tough gig in Wales. There's only four regions, and but they definitely got the raw materials to have a good chance of making it the top level. You can see that for yourselves. They've got to keep working hard at it, that's for sure.
And how much do you enjoy playing a big part in that development?
Yeah, it's very satisfying. You want to win rugby matches, and let's not dress it up. Results, performance is great, it's performance driven, but the game's about results. And but the development of them, like what we agreed upon at the start of the year, everyone everyone within the whole business, it's a development opportunity. Cardiff RFC is not going to become a development side. It's still going to be the best it can be in the environment it's in. But it's a development opportunity, and these opportunities and these boys being in this environment with very good semi-pro players are actually accelerating their development. Well, we think anyway.
Thank you very much, and congratulations again.
Thank
you.
you.
Catch you soon.
Cheers.
A Nicky, just yn gyflym, nes i ragweld cyn y gêm, bydde'r gêm yn agor lan yn yr ail hanner a Chardydd yn rhedeg i ffwrdd â hi, oedd y canlyniad yn un teg?
Ie, fi'n credu, oedd Oglyn Ebbw pan maen nhw gyda'r bêl, gyda'r meddiant yn dangos bod nhw yn weddol peryglis o'n ail hanner, o'n nhw methu cael digon o meddiant yn ail hanner, ac wrth gwrs, chod, mae Oglyn Ebbw heb chwarae am mor gymaint amser, a'r dyfnder sydd gyda Cardydd, falle wedi dod trwy yn y diwedd, ond digon o cymeriad gan Oglyn Ebbw, lot o pethau positif, siŵr bod Jason Strange cymryd allan o'r gêm, ond mae lot o wahaniaeth rhwng y ddau carfan.
Ie, cytuno'n llwyr. O'n i'n mynd i ddweud, yn y gêm na, maen nhw'n gallu cymryd pethau mas yn positif. Mor aml, chi'n gweld gêm fel na, dim byd i cymryd mas lan o fe, chi'n colli gan 100 pwyntiau, dim lot chi'n gallu pigo mas, ond yna lot o pethau dda fyna. O'n nhw'n rhoi'r pwysau i gyd ar ei hun yn yr hanner cyntaf, i fi. Yn ildio ceisio oherwydd y pwysau nhw'n rhoi ar ei hun. Felly chi'n gallu trwso pethau fel yna. Dwi ddim yn pethau gael i trwso, a dwi'n gweld bod ni'n gweld gwell o Oglyn Ebbw yn y dyfodol.
Mae peth yw gyda tîmodd fel yna, bod tîmodd sy'n dda, sy'n ennill pan efo lefel, maen nhw'n gwneud y pethau sylfaenol arbennig o dda, yn dyn nhw. Dyna beth sy'n rhaid i Oglyn Ebbw i wneud. O'n i'n mynd i gofyn Stephen cwestiwn, o ti wedi dweud, dwi byth yn hapus. Oedd edrych yn weddol hapus ar ôl y gêm na, oedd e?
Dwi wedi bod yn anghywir lot eno.
Gallech chi parhau siarad trwy'r nos, dwi'n siŵr. Ond dyna ni, diolch yn fawr am eich cwmni. Wel, ni mond yn cychwyn penwythnos brysur ym myd y campau ar S4C penwythnos yma. Mae sgorio yn ôl fori, gwedd arllediad byw rhwng y Bala a Dre Newydd. Ni'n cychwyn am 7:45. Gêm enfawr fan hyn di Sadwrn ar ôl gwynebu pencampwyr Ffrainc a Lloegr. Mae Cardydd yn gwynebu pencampwriaeth rygbi unedig. A di Mercher nesaf, mi fydd y Scarlets dan ddeunaw yn gwynebu Cardydd dan ddeunaw. Ond llongyfarchiadau mawr i glwb rygbi Cardydd nawr wedi sgorio dros 100 o bwyntiau ddwywaith yn y gyngrair. Maen nhw'n dechrau adeiladu bach o fyfentum yn y gyngrair a'r cwpan yn sicr. Byddwn ni nôl ym mhen bythefnos tan hynny. Nos da.